Go into the frontier, walk up to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, backed by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Double digits going away. You've seen this before. There's no more, or at least there should not be, any more surprise, any more intrigue, any more, how did they sneak up on you? They've won 12 games in a row, and they just may be the best team in the NBA, maybe the best team in the world. They are 3 wins away from an NBA championship after beating the Spurs last night in San Antonio. 105-95. Good morning, boys and girls. Happy Thursday it is. If you got some sort of an accent, you're from Flushing, you're from the Bronx, you're from Brooklyn or Staten Island. Yo, Joey in Great Neck, Vinny in Douglaston, where are you? Your team is winning, and they won again last night in San Antonio. It's the opening drive, Jefferson Bieta and JJ Buck. You found us on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal. How you living? You doing all right this morning over there?
What it do?
Yo, Vinny, let's go get a slice and a bagel.
Go New York, go New York, go.
Yep, go New York, go New York, go New York, go. Look, there's no more intrigue or surprise. There's no more. Maybe there's intrigue. There's no more. How did this happen? They are tough. They are gritty as hell. They are in your face. They play defense. They don't get rattled. They're a veteran team. They've got the pieces. Do I think this is over? I do not. Can San Antonio still win the series? They can. They had better win tomorrow night. But New York, at this point, let's stop with the surprise. I hear the people who tell me who they beat. That San Antonio had a tougher path. You are right. You are right. I don't think going through Atlanta and then going through Philadelphia and then carving through Cleveland was the path. But you know what? Maybe that's the right path because it gives you a lot of rest. It gives you a lot of confidence. It gives you a ton of reps. And then you get to this point against a team who just went 7 games, who feels like maybe fatigue hit them a little bit down the stretch. You are more veteran than them. And maybe you don't skip a step. The Knicks, this is who they are, man. You don't doubt them. You don't count them out. Jalen Brunson is a cold-blooded killer. Cat was really, really good yesterday. And I just, again, enough with the surprise if you're still on the surprise train.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Who's surprised by the Knicks at this point?
Well, look.
Because it's New York and you're tired of the fans and they're loud because they're here and they're real. And for New York, it's the pieces fit together. The starting five is starting five. Talk about all season long. Love how this group functions, how they play together. They get good minutes off the bench. And is this series over? Of course not. It's game 1. And you know what Victor Wembanyama and Dylan Harper and Steven Castle are going to do? They're going to settle down.
I hope
because
so.
They, in the last 3 minutes, played too fast.
Yeah.
And Victor, he did what your top player is supposed to do. Try to be aggressive. You missed at the rim. He dribbled off his foot like he was trying to be the guy. He didn't make plays down the stretch. Captain Clutch did in Jalen Brunson. So I'm right there with you on this series not being over. But if you're surprised by the Knicks, you just want to dislike a New York team because they're from New York.
Yeah, there's a lot of how did they sneak up on you, right? How did they sneak up? There wasn't a lot of Knicks talk going into the playoffs. There just wasn't. It was, the Celtics were the big thing coming out of it.
But once you've won 11 in a row,
yes.
I don't care if it wasn't the hardest path. You're here now.
Yep.
What are you going to do? You're going to overcome a 14-point deficit. You're going to shut down the Spurs in their building for the final 3 minutes and win game 1.
Yeah, and you do it with grit. You do it with toughness. You do it with defense. You do it with clutch shot making. And you do it with a bunch of different dudes. And is that guy really good? Yeah, they're like stars are stars. And Jalen Brunson took 31 shots. Had that knee injury. I love his answer when Lisa Salters asked him after the game, you got banged up a little bit. He's like, I'll be all right. Period. Like, what do you want me to tell you? I'm going to sit here and tell you, yeah, it's sore, but, you fight. No, I'll be all right. That's the dog I want to hear, man. That's the dog you want to hear. I love the game that Josh Hart gave you. And you're going, wait a minute, Jeff, he was 1 for 5. He scored 3 points. Yeah, go watch the game. He had 15 rebounds. He had 6 assists. He's all over the floor. Josh Hart proves what your coach told you in high school. Maybe it was in AAU. You don't have to score to affect the game. There's so many other things you can do. And I thought Karl Anthony Towns was really, really good. I thought he was aggressive. When Wemby came out on him, he got around him. He's quicker, and he got to the rim. 18 points, 12 rebounds for Karl Anthony Towns. And then Anunoby throws another body at you. I love me some Landry Shamet coming off the bench. He's kind of maybe my favorite player on that team because I love the story so much. Yeah, they're really, really good. Now, I thought, to your point, I thought Victor Wembanyama tried to do too much, especially at the end. I would have liked to see De'Aaron Fox hit some shots. Okay, to me, that was of everything for San Antonio. There were two things. I thought Victor tried to do too much, and to your point, sped up, and look, with all due respect, you can do it once in a while. You're not a breakdown dribble guy. Like get the ball at the top, break somebody down off the dribble. You can do it once in a while. That's not your game. I'm not sure I need Victor throwing 9 threes a game. Right? I mean, he makes a few, but I don't know that I need him shooting 9. You do?
No, but I remember people wanted to see a little bit more of that. Like, oh, that's where his game can expand. I'm not saying
I don't want him not shooting any.
The second half was just Brick City.
Yeah.
2 of 19 for the Spurs overall. And I do think Victor Wembanyama, because we've seen it, you can talk yourself into the moment, but you got to have that first experience. Mm-hmm. And he said it after the game. He's like, I just need to be normal.
Yeah. Yeah. And normal isn't, I've got to take over. I've got to do everything at the time. There's got to be someone else in crunch time that's going to hit a shot, right? Whether it's Vassell, whether it's Castle. Champagny was great in the first half. I don't think he scored in the second half, did he? I think he had 16 at halftime. He ended up with 16. De'Aaron Fox has to score. Like 3 for 13 cannot happen. And he got great looks. He had those 3 missed threes to begin the game. He missed a shot from about 14 feet on a key possession in the fourth quarter. I love me some De'Aaron Fox. Don't get me wrong. But he's got to be better than 3 for 13 and turn the ball over 3 times. Victor turning the ball over like he did showed me some nerves and showed me some first game. Now, look, all these guys are in their first final, right? Is there anybody on – I mean, nobody on the Knicks has been there either, right? Bridges has. Bridges has won with Phoenix, right? He's been there with Phoenix.
For Harrison Barnes has been there.
And Harrison Barnes has won. Yes. Okay, yes. Harrison Barnes has won with the Warriors. Okay, so 2 guys. I mean, this is a learning experience for everyone. The veteran team handled it to me way better than this really, really young team. That doesn't mean it's over. But to your point, I thought Victor got sped up and just tried to do too much.
It's definitely just even Mitch Johnson figuring out what your clutch lineup is going to look like. De'Aaron Fox, of course, has to be better, but if I get 5 assists, no turnovers, and good defense, then can it be like a Josh Hart type of game? Like, I need the defense to be better. I need the playmaking to be better.
Not if he's going to take 13 shots.
But, yeah, 13 shots because Josh Hart was only 5
he took
attempts.
5, yeah. I mean, not if he's going to take 13 shots. No, he's got to make some shots. Like, if you're going to tell me he's going to go 1 for 5, okay, cool. 3 for 13, that's a lot of empty possession. Vassell, 4 for 11. Champagny, who was great in the first half, came out, his first shot from after the break was an air ball, right? He tried that 3 from the left side. There was a kind of a heat check to see if he still had it. He didn't. So where's it going to come from outside of Victor Wembanyama? And I understand then why he wanted to do everything down the stretch, because where you going, who's got your clutch gene there? You want it to be De'Aaron Fox. It was not. So who's it going to be? Is it Castle? Is it Harper? I thought Harper played a really nice game. I really liked Dylan Harper's game. He was 6 for 10 off the bench, 16 points, 8 rebounds, only turned the ball over 1 time. Maybe it's him, but somebody is going to have to be, because there's going to be these moments, and there was last night, and the Spurs came up empty. There were a lot of empty possessions. Who is it going to be? And last night, Victor tried to do it because nobody else was doing it. Meanwhile, Jalen Brunson was doing it, and Anunoby hit a huge shot. Cat was hitting shots, and then I love me some Landry Shamet.
Yeah, 13 points, another ridiculously efficient game shooting when you go 3 of 6 off the bench from 3 when you settle into that role as the 3-point shooter for the New York Knicks. And I do think Mitch Johnson, the coaching staff of the Spurs, will figure out what they want to do down the stretch. Definitely probably going to steal a bit more Dylan Harper late in the game with how stagnant and how cold the Spurs were with him being an igniter offensively. And you got the experience. You know what it's about. And I think game 2, again, we'll be in for something. This was the classic second half. Basketball is a game of runs. And Spurs were sitting on a 14-point lead in the third quarter. So it was tied at the end of the third. And then you just saw the Knicks be able to at least just out-hustle the Spurs a lot in that fourth quarter.
And just out-clutch them. And just out-clutch them. They made plays. We always talk about the comeback versus collapse scale. I got a 60-40, maybe 65-35 comeback. I give the Knicks the credit. I think the Knicks went out and took the game.
Especially when it started. The fact that they were able to tie the game at the end of the third quarter and take that momentum with them throughout the fourth.
All right, what do we got today? We got a lot today. 505-246-0610. That's the Sports Animal phone line and the Sports Animal Meineke and San Pedro text line. You will get fair and affordable care for your vehicle at Meineke and San Pedro. Emails Jeff at sportsanimалabq.com and JJ at sportsanimалabq.com. On the X, it's _JJ Buck. TV side, Adrian's producing. You can watch the show on Xfinity Channel 26 all throughout the state of New Mexico, on our Facebook page, the OD and the AM, and on the YouTube channel for ProView Networks. Coming up a little later, you're going to hear conversations that JJ had yesterday with new Lobos Dax Hall and Rytis Petritis as he was out at the basketball press conference yesterday. So you'll meet them. We're going to get into the Lobos schedule. St. Mary's is on the schedule. There's a lot of NFL stuff. The Isleta New Mexico Bowl has a date. I know it didn't make your rundown sheet, but if you want me to run down the executive director, I can find him for you.
We might have an exclusive interview with that one today.
If you want to, I'll find that guy for you if you want. And then you're ringing the phones. I know you want to talk some hoops. So let's go. 505-246-0610. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
What's up, guys? David Pollack here, former Georgia Bull.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Jimmy John's toasted sandwiches take the fresh baked bread you love and turn up the heat to toasted perfection. Crispy and golden on the outside, melty and gooey on the inside. Order a toasted sandwich at Jimmy John's today.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Raising Cane's invites you to grab life by the chicken fingers. So get out there. Be you. Do you. Embrace whatever makes you, you. All while enjoying Raising Cane's hand-battered cooked-to-order chicken fingers, crispy crinkle-cut fries, buttery Texas toast, and that secret recipe cane sauce that makes everything that much better. So go on. Savor the day.
Raising Cane's chicken fingers. One love.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Roswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide you the support as one family. We are one family that share one goal, one opportunity at a time. We are One Eastern.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best. ProView Networks would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Hans Whitler Automotive, German car maintenance and repair in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Call 505-294-7684 or visit HansWhitlerAuto.com.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gallus Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing. Our bodies need to settle into nothing from time to time. Into nothing at all. In a world obsessed with doing more, we invite you to undo.
Burrito Express is proud to announce that we are the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982, with 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell, the question is, red or green? Let's go to the burrito. Visit letsgototheburrito.com and order now.
Meineke on San Pedro, doing car care right.
Knicks 105, Spurs 95. 105-95. Game 1 goes to New York. Game 2 will be down in the heart of Texas tomorrow, and New York can really put a stranglehold on it. They're in the driver's seat. They are the tougher team. They are a more veteran team. They may just flat out being the best team. It's the opening drive. Jeff Symbieta, JJ Buck. Want to hear from you, Knick fan? We can go to Vinny in Brooklyn. We can go to Joey in Great Neck. We can go out to Jose in Astoria. Or let's just go to Dan in Albuquerque. Dan, I was waiting for you. How you living, Dan?
I'm living great today, fellas. Hey, listen, I told you this from the beginning, the way the Knicks were playing. I told you they'd take game 1 regardless of who they were going to play.
You did.
Last night, the Knicks showed who they were. They're now 13-2 in the playoffs. They're 11 games over 500, right? Last night, and I think that Wemby got exposed last night. He gets too tired, and at the end of the game, he's nowhere to be found. Anna Ginobili had him in the corner, right on the three-point line, and he faked him out 3 times. He was too tired. Wemby was too tired to keep his hand up. He dropped his hand, and Anna Ginobili hit the 3 right in his mug. Right in his mug, and you knew that game was over right then and there. And Brunson came down. Brunson had a crap game until that 4th quarter, and it became Brunson time. And that's what an MVP does, ladies and gentlemen. Yep. That's what an MVP does. In championship time, they take over the game. Where do champions win, my friends? Where do I say they win? On the road. And that's what the Knicks are doing. let me tell you, if San Antonio don't win tomorrow, get out the broom, baby, because they're going to broom another team. And I'd like to see the Knicks broom San Antonio so everybody can say, hey, the Knicks never played anybody. There was no one they played. The Knicks are taking names and kicking butt. That's all there is to it. As a Knicks fan, I've been waiting since I was a kid. And I'm not going to give out my age, but I was around in '73, and it was my sister's 10th birthday that day when they won in '73. That's how many years ago it was. But let me tell you something. They looked great last night. Brunson was a money guy, and that Wemby and that team, that's a young team, and you could tell they're young because come crunch time they folded up. There is no way you lose a game when you're up 14 in your own house and you lose by 10. There's just no way you're going to win a championship that way in your own backyard. And listen, I'll give it to you. I'll give it they were tired. But let's see what they do tomorrow night. And if they lose, and if Wemby goes and Wemby doesn't play, and he's a kid. He can't play with men. He's a 22-year-old kid. And you see at the end of the game, this guy is he's spent, man. And you two are two basketball guys. What do you think? The Knicks are real, no?
No, there's no doubt the Knicks are real. I mean, it's inarguable the Knicks are real. The Knicks are tough. The Knicks are clutch. The Knicks are deep. The Knicks are diverse. The Knicks are real, and they haven't lost in over a month. Yeah, hell yes, the Knicks are real.
And you think they'll sweep them? You think they're going to chance to sweep these guys?
I don't think they're going to sweep. I think, I mean, I'm starting to lean they got to win the series, but I don't think they're going to sweep. I'll be surprised if they sweep. I will. But I won't be surprised after what I watched last night if they win in 5. Who was your favorite Knick back in the day? Was it if I say Walt Frazier, Dave DeBusschere, Bill Bradley, Willis Reed, Coach Phil Jackson was on the team, Jerry Lucas, Earl the Pearl. Who was your favorite Knick back?
Well, when I was a kid, I was Earl Monroe in the playground. I was Earl Monroe. With the back behind the pass, the spinning moves. I was Earl Monroe. He was my favorite New York Knick at that time.
Earl the Pearl was it. You know where he went to college? Do you remember by any chance?
Yeah, he went to Winston, North Carolina.
Winston-Salem State. Yeah, Winston-Salem State. Yeah, that's the truth.
Yeah, down in North Carolina. Yeah, that's where he went. He was nothing, and he played with the Baltimore Bullets. He was really good with them. And then the Knicks picked him up. They traded Mike Reardon for him, and that was another. I think that was the best backcourt. Frazier, Monroe, back in the day, I'll take them against any backcourt, anytime, anywhere in the league, at any time. Those two guys, to me, were the best.
Got a pretty good one now. Enjoy this one. I know you are. We'll hear from you next week. Thanks, Dan.
All right, take care, guys. Thank you, man.
Look, I don't think they're going to sweep. I'm leaning them now. They're, and it's not that it's not that I doubted them. There's a grit to them. There's an intangible that champions have. And we've talked so much about Victor Wembanyama and this team skipping a step, and they have skipped a step, right? They've launched straight into the finals. And the Knicks have kind of been taking these steps, and we're told because we've watched it over the years, this is the progression. Nobody just jumps out of, not making the playoffs to being the champion. And this was the team that was, and they still may be, that it was going to skip that step. But there still is a little it to it. There still is a little grind. There still is a little learning curve. And the only thing I disagree with, I don't think that with Dan, they're going to sweep them. And Victor Wembanyama at 22 can play with men. He absolutely can play with men. He did not look out of place. He didn't look overwhelmed. He made some mistakes down the stretch. He absolutely can play with these men. But that's a deep, deep veteran poised team.
No victory laps just yet. I had the Knicks in 6. Wembanyama is going to respond. It's a young Spurs team that they've shown you in these moments that they can learn quickly. And I expect a bounce back in game 2, and it's what do you do in the stretch? Because you know what the Knicks are going to do. It's Brunson is going to hit big shots, and they're going to put the ball where it needs to be. And it's Josh Hart, the effort play where he runs down the offensive rebound, saves it, 2 quick passes, boom, they're hitting a 3 on you. And Spurs saw that, Wemby saw that, and that, I think, you get caught up in the moment. I remember after, game 1 of OKC, and you're just like, wow, this is unbelievable stat line. It's just, it's consistency. It's knowing what to do. Yeah, you're going to be tired late in the game. And guess what? Even the Knicks playing a few less games, some of those guys were tired. But it's the effort, it's the heart. They're going to need to pull it out, and especially when you're the youngest team that's been in the NBA Finals in a while. I'm not looking at those extra 3 games against Oklahoma City and saying that's why they won't be able to make plays in the fourth quarter.
I also want to give Mike Brown some credit. I want to give Mike Brown and that coaching staff some credit. Mike Brown, the head coach of the Knicks, because it looked like down the stretch, it looked like the Knicks knew what Wemby was going to do, where he was going to go. They scouted it well. There's been obviously a lot of time for film session and what are his tendencies and how do you attack him. And when he, like Cat knew, when he came out on you and challenged you on the perimeter, you can get by him, right? Now, you got to get by him quick enough because you know he's coming in retreat, right? And he's long. But, which way is he going? The 6 turnovers, some of them were self-inflicted. Some of them were absolutely not self-inflicted, right? It was pretty impressive, I thought, the way that San Antonio, or the Knicks defended San Antonio. All right, 505-246-0610. Emails come in, Jeff at sportsanimalabq.com and JJ at sportsanimalabq.com. I want your thoughts on last night. Is it over? If you were on the Spurs, are you going the other way now? Did it convince you to go the other way? Look, I'm not as convinced as Dan is, but I'm not a Knicks fan like Dan is, but this thing is over. But, man, I'll tell you what, it certainly made me think a different direction. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610 Sports Network.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gallus Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, red and green chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Sweet Rolls. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenprideabq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
I'm Ben Lucero, president and owner of Indigo Mortgage. We are a locally owned and operated mortgage company right here in New Mexico. This means your loan officers and processors are right here to serve you. Indigo Mortgage offers better rates and terms than that of big banks and out-of-state lenders. Our mortgage divisions include residential, commercial, construction, reverse mortgages, and VA mortgage loans. Let us serve you with an exemplary level of care. Indigo Mortgage, because nobody cares more about your mortgage loan.
Jimmy John's toasted sandwiches take the fresh baked bread you love and turn up the heat to toasted perfection. Crispy and golden on the outside, melty and gooey on the inside. Order a toasted sandwich at Jimmy John's today.
ProView Networks would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Hans Whitler Automotive, German car maintenance and repair in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Call 505-294-7684 or visit HansWhitlerAuto.com.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gallus Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. TurboThreads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sports shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. Turbo Threads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1234 for Turbo Threads.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing. Our bodies need to settle into nothing from time to time. Into nothing at all. In a world obsessed with doing more, we invite you to undo.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Boswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide you the support as one family. We are one family that share one goal, one opportunity at a time. We are One Eastern.
Raising Cane's invites you to grab life by the chicken fingers. So get out there. Be you. Do you. Embrace whatever makes you, you. All while enjoying Raising Cane's hand-battered cooked-to-order chicken fingers, crispy crinkle-cut fries, buttery Texas toast, and that secret recipe cane sauce that makes everything that much better. So go on. Savor the day.
Raising Cane's chicken fingers, one love.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com. We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Eagle Greens and Turf are a family-owned and operated business with over 25 years of experience in the home improvement industry. They are your exclusive dealer of celebrity green, synthetic putting greens, and artificial turf. They also have artificial turf that is specifically designed for your pets.
And Victor Wembanyama is your best player, but is he the one that you want initiating those sets all the time late in the game? So I look at moments like that, how cold they were in the second half missing shots, as the deciding factors, and not just straight to, oh, they're tired. Like, dude, yes, at some point in time, teams are going to be tired, but to me, I just don't look at it and say, well, if, the Spurs would have beat OKC in 4 or 5 games and they wouldn't have lost that game. I just don't see that.
I'm not there either. But again, what we put it on whatever you want. I mean, okay, whatever you want to put it on. I watched one team make clutch plays and one team not make clutch. What do you think of the clown that went out there and got his selfie with Wemby, by the way? Like, that was the nicest takedown of a guy on the court I've ever seen. They let the guy take his shot. Wemby looked like he was posing with the guy, didn't he? He was kind of smiling with him. And then 2 guys just kind of hugged him and walked him off and let him keep his phone. New York, let me just tell you something. That happens in New York. That guy's tackled. He's underneath 5 big fellas like that. That Palooka's getting he's getting the business down there. You know what I'm saying? Huh? San Antonio. Let's walk off. All right. What do you think of Cat, Karl Anthony Towns? Because I told you going in, I thought he's the key, and I thought he was really, really
the one
good.
that matches up against Wembanyama. So
Right.
Everything's going to be on Karl Anthony Towns. I think he's been a different player this season. I think there's a little bit more freedom in his game. There's just a confidence, and he's a really good basketball player. And it's almost like people enjoy telling you someone can't be the number 1 option. I told you. This guy stinks. This guy's soft. No, he just fits together. Like, he works really well as, at times, maybe the second best player. Maybe not always the second option at times if someone is hot, but it's consistency. It's his rebounding. It's what he did on the offensive glass. 4 offensive rebounds. He helped New York have an advantage in second chance points. And I think that's another credit to Mike Brown in its coaching staff, where they asked him to do a little bit different. He has the ball in his hands more on the perimeter, but he's not scared to go inside. And it's just about, finding the right way to instill a player with a talent like Karl-Anthony Towns. And you've seen that all year.
I agree with all that. And I think, I said going into this, I think he's the key. How he plays is going to determine this, because I think Brunson's going to be good, and I still think Wembanyama's going to be good. And as bad as you think he was, he had 26 points, 12 rebounds, and he had 3 blocked shots. Now, the key was the 6 turnovers and missed some shots down the stretch. And again, I don't know that I need him going 2 for 9 from 3. I mean, take a few, 4 or 5 of them. 9 feels excessive to me.
Yeah, it's probably more than you want to see from Victor.
He was pretty good after the game. He said, I was bad tonight. It's not more complicated than that. I'm going to figure it out. His head coach, Mitch Johnson, said, felt like he missed a few shots early. We got to get him moving in space and toward the rim, where that's on rolls or running in transition, but we need the pressure on the rim and force it in the paint. They did a good job, obviously, being physical and showing crowds. We need to do a better job of establishing that on early on for sure. All that's right. I think Victor said the right thing. He said, I'm not worried. I'm going to figure it out. Look, if your bad game is 26, 12, and 3 blocks, and you become the 4th player since they started tracking block shots in 1974 to have that line in your finals debut, and you join Shaquille O'Neal, Hakeem Olajuwon, and Elvin Hayes, like, okay, that's your bad game. I think you're okay. That's why I'm not ready to go where Dan's going. I'm not ready for sweep. Now, look, if the Knicks win tomorrow night, Spurs are in big trouble. Like, this isn't a kind of got to win game
that goes down 2-0.
This isn't kind of got to win. It's a must win, right? I don't think it's kind of got to win. I think it's must. You?
Yeah, I'm with you.
Just where it is. All right. Well, I want your thoughts, and JJ wants your thoughts. 505-246-0610. Emails Jeff@sportsanimalabq.com and JJ@sportsanimalabq.com. We got a bunch of Lobo stuff you're going to hear today from Dax Hall and Maritas Petritis, 2 of the new Lobos, as they were kind of introduced yesterday, right? I mean, what was the format out there yesterday?
It was like a buffet.
Okay.
They're all just chilling, and it's like, who do you want to talk to?
And so everybody was there that's in town, right?
Yes, there were 2 Lobos not in town. It was Ben Lastring and Federico Grani.
Neither, but everybody else was there. Did you watch practice?
Yeah.
I mean, it's like
it's kind of glorified shoot around.
Right. But there's size out there, huh?
It's the way I would describe it is it's not girth, kind of constant length.
Which just fits. It's interchangeable parts. Everybody can guard everybody. Everybody can play every position. It's kind of. It feels like that's what Eric wants to do.
Mm-hmm.
Feels like he put a team together that's made in his mold.
They're long, that 6'7" to 6'9", and you can tell that. All right, they're getting it the way. I think Lastring, I'm interested to see him in person, because you do need a little bit of a dude that's not going to be able to move inside,
but some rim protection.
So I'm interested to see what he brings when he gets on campus. But that was evident of definitely some more shooting across the board and just length.
Okay. All right, when we get back, we'll talk some hoops, global basketball, always open today for Knicks and Spurs. There's some interesting NFL stuff to talk about. And the Isleta New Mexico Bowl is back to pre-Christmas. I will kind of give you an, if you're interested. I mean, how it got there. And
our exclusive one-on-one interview coming up this morning.
I'm interested, honestly, your thoughts on the Christmas Eve day, and I'll tell you the thought in getting it there, and hopefully you're excited about it, because we are. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 670 Sports.
This report is sponsored by Summit Racing Equipment.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Burrito Express is proud to announce that we are the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982,
With 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell, the question is, red or green? Let's go to the burrito. Visit letsgototheburrito.com and order now.
I'm Ben Lucero, president and owner of Indigo Mortgage. We are a locally owned and operated mortgage company right here in New Mexico. This means your loan officers and processors are right here to serve you. Indigo Mortgage offers better rates and terms than that of big banks and out-of-state lenders. Our mortgage divisions include residential, commercial, construction, reverse mortgages, and VA mortgage loans. Let us serve you with an exemplary level of care. Indigo Mortgage, because nobody cares more about your mortgage loan.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient.
ESPN Events announced yesterday that the 21st version of New Mexico's bowl game will be played on Christmas Eve Day at 12:30 in the afternoon. And the Topes were winners yesterday, 14-13 in Salt Lake. Want more? We're talking sports on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal. I'm Jeff Symbieta.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gallus Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
Eagle Greens and Turf are a family-owned and operated business with over 25 years of experience in the home improvement industry. They are your exclusive dealer of celebrity green, synthetic putting greens, and artificial turf. They also have artificial turf that is specifically designed for your pets. Eagle Greens and Turf are proud sponsors of ProView Networks and can make your lawn green all year long at 505-273-2744.
Jimmy John's Toasted Sandwiches take the fresh baked bread you love and turn up the heat to toasted perfection. Crispy and golden on the outside, melty and gooey on the inside. Order a toasted sandwich at Jimmy John's today.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, red and green chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier sweet rolls. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenprideabq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
I'm Ben Lucero, president and owner of Indigo Mortgage. We are a locally owned and operated mortgage company right here in New Mexico. This means your loan officers and processors are right here to serve you. Indigo Mortgage offers better rates and terms than that of big banks and out-of-state lenders. Our mortgage divisions include residential, commercial, construction, reverse mortgages, and VA mortgage loans. Let us serve you with an exemplary level of care. Indigo Mortgage, because nobody cares more about your mortgage loan.
Jimmy John's Toasted Sandwiches take the fresh baked bread you love and turn up the heat to toasted perfection. Crispy and golden on the outside, melty and gooey on the inside. Order a toasted sandwich at Jimmy John's today.
Raising Cane's invites you to grab life by the chicken fingers. So get out there. Be you. Do you. Embrace whatever makes you, you. All while enjoying Raising Cane's hand-battered cooked-to-order chicken fingers, crispy crinkle-cut fries, buttery Texas toast, and that secret recipe cane sauce that makes everything that much better. So go on, savor the day.
Raising Cane's chicken fingers, one love.
Line 505-246-0610.
Opening drives on 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Saddle. Knicks beat the Spurs last night. 105-95, first game of the NBA Finals. What says you? Adolph, good morning. You're on the Sports Animal. How you living?
Oh, pretty good, pretty good. Yeah, thanks for taking my call. Yeah, just watching that game last night, it was reminded me of the 1973 Game 7, the Walt Frazier, Willis Reed playing injured game, in which, Reed scores the first two baskets in the game, and then Frazier hit for, 36 points and about 19 rebounds and 7 assists. And I thought to myself, I said, now is the time, just watching that game last night, when Jalen Brunson has to step up now, okay, that his team needs him now. And I thought that he did a masterful job here. Is he on some type of scoring streak, fellas, like 30 points in like 30 straight games or something like that?
I will look at that. I don't know if he's hit 30 every time, but he's on a hell of a run.
I think I'm just kind of remembering here. I'm getting old now. I'm like almost 74 years old. I believe that Patrick Ewing had something like 40 something, maybe 43 games of 30 points or more in the playoffs, and I think Brunson might have about 37 or 38. But in any event, he really had to step up his game. The other thing I noticed, and I'll ask you all the question: Did Wemby get tired in that game? He looked to me to be fatigued, and I just looked at him and I said he looks different. He doesn't look like he has the same level of energy. And I was thinking that he just came off a tremendous series with the Oklahoma City Thunder. And maybe that 7-game series has fatigued him. We'll certainly find out tomorrow if he's got anything left in the tank.
Yeah, there may be something to that. Hey, so Brunson in his last game, the closeout game against the Cavaliers, only had 15 points. He only played 31 minutes, so he only had 15 in it.
Okay, all right. Well, in any event, one of the sports commentators, Stephen A., is talking about Brunson, if he wins the championship, if the Knicks go on, that he'll be the greatest Knicks. And I'm dating myself, but it's like, well, wait a minute. Frazier and Reed came up with two rings. So you got to win that first one, and then you got to win a second one before we have that conversation.
Well,
anyway,
but
thanks for taking
Adolph, would he be the greatest Knick of this generation, and that includes Ewing?
I have that's a stretch. That's a stretch.
If he wins one?
You got to put some jewelry on your finger.
Yeah, if he wins one. I mean, it's contingent. If he wins one and he's this guy, Ewing didn't win one.
Right. I mean, Michael Jordan has Ewing's rings, Stockton and Malone's rings, and Charles
Gary
Barkley's
Payton's rings. Yeah.
Anyway, thanks for taking my call, fellas. I'm out.
See you. Yeah, I mean, it's an interesting one. I mean, yeah, Michael Jordan's got, he does, Stockton Malone's rings. He's got Barkley's rings. He's got Gary Payton and Sean Kemp's rings. Yeah, you got all of them. Would Brunson be the greatest Knick ever? I'd lean more on some Knick fans, although, man, there was a lot of Knick in me when I was growing up. I mean, I'm originally from New York and went back there every summer. And I mean, you know, I watched it a lot in Frazier and Reed. That's going to be a hard one, but I think it's a generational thing. When you're now telling me, well, 50 years ago, these guys did that, you know, the majority of people don't remember that. No, you can say, is Aaron Judge better than Babe Ruth, who's the best Yankee ever? I mean, it matters what happened then. That's why I always kind of break these things into generation. And if he wins a ring, I would have to argue Brunson might be the best Knick of this generation of the last 50 years. Right?
Absolutely.
And that includes Patrick Ewing.
The way he's played, and if they're going to win this series, you know you're going to get a couple more great fourth quarters from Jalen Brunson.
Yeah, I mean, if they win, I was listening to something yesterday, and everybody was going, all right, who's going to win and who's going to be the MVP? And, you know, it was all over the place from Knicks sweep to the Spurs in 7. And then everybody started trying to get cute with, well, the MVP is going to be OG. Or the MVP is going to be Champagne. And you know, finally, the host of the show, so the MVP, if the Knicks win, it's going to be Brunson, and the Spurs win, it's going to be Wembanyama. Well, that's too easy. Well, you're asking me, I want to be right. I do see a scenario where if either one of these teams win, I imagine you
one of those guys. No, I don't think it's going to be an Andre Iguodala situation.
No, the only other guy might be Karl Anthony, right? If he has the continued impact on Wembanyama and scores the way he does, but I still think it's going to be Brunson. I mean, for either one of these teams to win, their star is going to have to be sensational, right?
Yeah, and I hope that this doesn't take over and it's just the Spurs are tired. Okay, they played 5 more games in the postseason. That's a real thing. But to me, it was just more about execution. And well, did they not execute because they were tired? I don't think that's necessarily the case. I think it's the Knicks having confidence in that situation and the first taste of what it feels like to be there in the finals. It's different than doing that in the Western Conference Finals and doing that in the second round. There's a different vibe to it. I think that's what the Spurs kind of were learning and going through last night, as opposed to being tired. And if you say, well, the Knicks haven't been there, understandable, but you've had some dudes that have been in the NBA for quite some time, compared to Stephon Castle and Dylan Harper and company. So it's where you go back to, yeah, De'Aaron Fox has got to be a lot better for this team. He has to be a steadying presence late in the game where he's attacking the basket. You trust him to make a shot, not turn the basketball over.
Yeah, no, I think I'll bet it's right. And so one game's down. I don't have a trend yet. I have a trend on the Knicks over the last month, but I don't have a trend on the series yet. I've got one game. But it looks a lot like what the other Knicks games look. No panic, battle, be down in the third quarter, find a way to come back and pull away. Yeah, I got a pattern. I don't have a pattern with San Antonio, although it was one. So let's see where this thing goes. And I'm interested, but I'm not ready to. I'll tell you what, though, they win tomorrow night. Yeah, I might be ready. Knicks win tomorrow night, and this is no fluke, and to your point, no surprise. And who's surprised at this point? If you haven't been watching, I mean, would you agree the Knicks snuck up a little bit on people though? They were the 3 seed.
Yes, I think people just were on Boston, but they weren't far behind. Good basketball. Been a good basketball team all year long.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the 3 seed in the East. The 3 seed in the West was the Nuggets, right? I mean, the Nuggets were like, which 3 seed were you given more of a chance to get to the finals when it all started?
Knicks,
probably, but a lot of people weren't. Yeah, you probably were, but a lot of people weren't. All right, we're gonna talk some Lobo hoops coming up in the next hour. Get you kind of the understanding on the bowl game and why it is where it is on the calendar, and the NFL stuff as well. Jared Verse spoke yesterday. Jason Sanders, the former Lobo, has a new place. And Nevada Sports, for whatever this is worth, did a ranking on overall athletic departments in the current Mountain. I say current, the new Mountain West, because it'll be not current until July 4th. It'll be the new Mountain West moving forward. So we'll get there as well. 505-246-0610 is the Sports Animal phone line, and the Sports Animal Meineke on San Pedro text line. He's JJ Buck. I'm Jeff Symbieta. It's 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep, all your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on ProView Networks.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Roswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide you the support as one family. We are one family that share one goal, one opportunity at a time. We are One Eastern.
Burrito Express is proud to announce that we are the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982, with 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell, the question is, red or green? Let's go to the burrito. Visit letsgototheburrito.com and order now.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gala Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
Raising Cane's invites you to grab life by the chicken fingers. So get out there. Be you. Do you. Embrace whatever makes you, you. All while enjoying Raising Cane's hand-battered cooked-to-order chicken fingers, crispy crinkle-cut fries, buttery Texas toast, and that secret recipe cane sauce that makes everything that much better. So go on. Savor the day.
Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers. One love.
TurboThreads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sport shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. TurboThreads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1234 for TurboThreads.
ProView Networks would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Hans Whitler Automotive, German car maintenance and repair in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Call 505-294-7684 or visit hanswhitlerauto.com.
I'm Ben Lucero, president and owner of Indigo Mortgage. We are a locally owned and operated mortgage company right here in New Mexico. This means your loan officers and processors are right here to serve you. Indigo Mortgage offers better rates and terms than that of big banks and out-of-state lenders. Our mortgage divisions include residential, commercial, construction, reverse mortgages, and VA mortgage loans. Let us serve you with an exemplary level of care. Indigo Mortgage, because nobody cares more about your mortgage loan.
Jimmy John's toasted sandwiches take the fresh baked bread you love and turn up the heat to toasted perfection. Crispy and golden on the outside, melty and gooey on the inside. Order a toasted sandwich at Jimmy John's today.
ProView Networks would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Hans Whitler Automotive, German car maintenance and repair in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Call 505-294-7684 or visit hanswhitlerauto.com. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com. We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing. Our bodies need to settle into nothing from time to time. Into nothing at all. In a world obsessed with doing more, we invite you to undo.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep, all your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on ProView Networks.
ProView Networks would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Hans Whitler Automotive, German car maintenance and repair in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Call 505-294-7684 or visit hanswhitlerauto.com. We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
Raising Cane's invites you to grab life by the chicken fingers. So get out there. Be you. Do you. Embrace whatever makes you, you. All while enjoying Raising Cane's hand-battered cooked-to-order chicken fingers, crispy crinkle-cut fries, buttery Texas toast, and that secret recipe cane sauce that makes everything that much better. So go on. Savor the day.
Raising Cane's chicken fingers. One love.
Burrito Express is proud to announce that we are the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982, with 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell, the question is, red or green? Let's go to the burrito. Visit letsgototheburrito.com and order now.
I think especially the standalone time slot is huge.
Couple of emails on this. Lars said, call it the Lars New Mexico Bowl. I love this post-time Hefe. And why would I? For years, I've said I want to sit on my ass Christmas Eve day and watch footy, which was supposedly sparse on those days. Unfortunately, you missed out on Christmas Day. That ship has sailed since the NFL discovered a captive public. That leaves Christmas Eve, and I think that's the perfect time for your game. Wow, something positive out of Lars. I don't know that I've ever had that before. I appreciate that. Rod said Christmas Eve's better than 12/27. I never understood the 27th, Jefferson, because you're running around on Christmas Day picking up teams, trying to find closed venues to feed and entertain them. At least this way you play your game, drop the teams off at the Sunport, and you're in bed plenty of time for Santa to come down the chimney. And Christmas Day, the only thing you have to worry about is whether you have the right TV package to watch JJ's Pumpkin. So Bowl Week played into this. The option was never the 27th, although last year we played the game on the 27th. And there's a challenge around what are you doing with Bowl Week? And I know that doesn't concern really the general public, right? It concerns us. We had a nice Christmas Eve event last year and Christmas tree decorating for the teams because they were in town on Christmas Eve. They were here Christmas Day, and then we had the luncheon on the 26th. The option this year was Saturday the 26th. Obviously, we weren't going against the NFL on Sunday the 27th this year. But it just felt. Here's the other piece. We really, and I watched what happened with Lobo Fan last year, playing a game on the 26th, and how many rushed over to Phoenix in the morning or the night before, or trying to figure out how to deal with Christmas to go to Arizona to go watch the Lobos. And my thought is, well, that as hard as that was, it was something that was doable. They were a 3:30 in the afternoon game, if I'm not mistaken. There's not that many nonstops from wherever into Albuquerque, let alone that many nonstops early in the morning to get fans from opposing teams in, right? So I think that they'd be more apt to come and watch their team and spend the week here and try to get home for Christmas, as opposed to try to get here on the 26th, right? I mean, we watched what happened, and there were a lot of you went, you figured out a way to go, but what if it's not drivable? What if our teams are not 6-hour drive or a nonstop flight? Because we don't know who we get until 2 weeks before. So yeah, there was a lot of thought that went into this, and the response for the most part has been positive. I think the exposure for the destination, for the game, for the teams, I think is really good. JJ, 2:30 on the East Coast. I mean, people are home wrapping gifts, and they're starting up Christmas Eve. I actually like it better than the primetime slot on Christmas Eve, where the Rams and Packers are going to be. First of all, the Hawaii Bowl's up against the Rams and Packers, and that's where the Hawaii Bowl. So there was a lot of thought that went into it, but that's kind of why it is where it is, and we're excited about it, looking forward to it. And is it different? Yeah, it's a little different than it's been, but I think this year and next year is going to be really interesting too, because Saturday is going to be Christmas next year.
And as you have learned, and why this bowl game is still around, you got to be good with it.
Yeah, you got to be
able to make it work.
Yeah, there's got to be flexibility. You got to be comfortable being uncomfortable and moving things around. And I'll tell you, the last time I had this feeling was when we moved our welcome night event. We used to do it out at El Pinto, and we moved it. It's currently, we've done it at main event, but we moved it to what our challenge is. We need a venue that can handle 400 to 450 people. That's climate controlled. Like in St. Petersburg, they do it on the beach. Well, we really don't have that. We have this thing called winter in the middle of December. And so where can we host an event that is climate controlled, that many people? And so we moved it to and it was right after we did my daughter's birthday party there. Carrie said, why don't we just do the game there? And I'm like, dude, we just did my 6-year-old's birthday party there. And he's like, they're a bunch of 6-year-olds. That's all they are. I'm like, huh. And I was super nervous. And I remember watching the big lineman go around on that big, whatever that carousel kind of a thing that goes up in the air. And Rich Rodriguez was playing video games and shooting stuff. And they were just having a blast. I'm like, okay, like it worked, right? But it was a change, and I was nervous. That was the last time I kind of had this feeling. And I think it's going to work. I really do. So I'm excited about it. But yeah, if you want to get in on just your thoughts, I'd love actually, just your impression as maybe you saw it, maybe you're just learning about it, that the Isleta New Mexico Bowl is going to be on the 24th. The other thing is that slot, whatever our slot is, you talked about the reputation the game has earned and the matchups. I guess I should do a deep dive on this. Do you know that we've had 3 years running a team that played in a conference championship? Last year, we had the American Conference runner-up. The year before, we had the Sun Belt runner-up. The year before, we had the Conference USA runner-up.
Not too shabby.
So those are 10 and 11 win teams. Every year in the last 3, we've had a 10 or 11 win team against a 9-win team or 10-win team. And the year before that was BYU and SMU on primetime on ABC, who are both now power conference teams. So the matchups have been great, and I would anticipate it would stay that way. All right, 505-246-0610. When we get back, we'll get a little NFL stuff. JJ, 8:30, we'll do Lobo basketball. We'll listen to Rita Petritis and Dax Hall. Down with that? It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 670 Sports.
This report is sponsored by
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing. Our bodies need to settle into nothing from time to time. Into nothing at all. In a world obsessed with doing more, we invite you to undo.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com. We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Jimmy John's toasted sandwiches take the fresh baked bread you love and turn up the heat to toasted perfection. Crispy and golden on the outside, melty and gooey on the inside. Order a toasted sandwich at Jimmy John's today.
Eagle Greens and Turf are a family-owned and operated business with over 25 years of experience in the home improvement industry. They are your exclusive dealer of celebrity green, synthetic putting greens, and artificial turf. They also have artificial turf that is specifically designed for your pets. Eagle Greens and Turf are proud sponsors of ProView Networks and can make your lawn green all year long at 505-273-2744.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Roswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide you the support as one family. We are one family that share one goal, one opportunity at a time. We are One Eastern.
Burrito Express is proud to announce that we are the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982, with 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell, the question is, red or green? Let's go to the burrito. Visit letsgototheburrito.com and order now.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walk up to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth that's real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, red and green chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier sweet rolls. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenprideabq.com. Golden Pride barbecue chicken and ribs are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gallus Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. ProView Networks would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Hans Whitler Automotive, German car maintenance and repair in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Call 505-294-7684 or visit hanswhitlerauto.com.
Raising Cane's invites you to grab life by the chicken fingers. So get out there. Be you. Do you. Embrace whatever makes you, you. All while enjoying Raising Cane's hand-battered cooked-to-order chicken fingers, crispy crinkle-cut fries, buttery Texas toast, and that secret recipe cane sauce that makes everything that much better. So go on, savor the day.
Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers, one love.
TurboThreads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sports shirts. Even
a warrant out for his name. He's the wide receiver for the 49ers. Now, why is there a warrant? It's a misdemeanor charge of exhibition speeding. The warrant's in reference, there's a video that he posted in December on his YouTube channel, in which he appears to video himself from the driver's seat going well over the 40-mile-an-hour posted speed limit. It's on a road that runs past Levi's Stadium. That's the home of the Niners. So a few days after posting the video, he apologized for sharing the video. He was in his Cadillac. Sorry, y'all. My car content won't come with speeding anymore. That's what he wrote in a post. Was praying with my son tonight. Wouldn't want anybody else to miss out on an opportunity to do the same with their loved ones. My apology. It's a weird post. So now that the news that the warrant's out for his arrest, he posted to Instagram on Wednesday of himself driving on a racetrack. After the incident in Santa Clara, the police indicated that they'd investigate whether or not any criminal charges would be filed. The case went to the DA's office in January, and this is where we are. So he's not been with the Niners since late last season when they put him on the injured or the reserve left the squad list. They voided nearly $27 million in guaranteed money on his. And so the voided guarantee is because he failed to participate in mandatory rehab sessions. They're trying to trade him. Who the hell's going to trade for him? John Lynch is their general manager, Kyle Shanahan, their head coach. They both made it clear in January that he's done with the Niners. He's played his final snap and played a game since October 24. Now that the new calendar year has started for the NFL, the Niners are free to trade him or release him with the remainder of the dead money owed to him split up over the next 2 years. Dude, this is weird. It's just, it's a speeding thing that turned into a warrant that turned into a story that, at what point do you get like kind of concerned about the dude?
If you haven't been concerned, then you haven't been paying, then someone has been paying attention to Brandon Ayuk, because after he got hurt, he just stopped caring about football.
Okay.
Like he just stopped caring that he was an NFL wide receiver.
By the way, they need receiver help. I love me some Mike Evans. I think he is a Hall of Famer. The former Tampa Bay receiver that they signed. I just am not convinced he's the number one receiver anymore. Are you?
No, not to that level that you expect from a number one wide receiver.
Coming off a couple injuries. Ricky Pearsall is there. And their best receivers are tight end and George Kittle,
who's coming off an injury.
And their other best receiver is their running back, Christian McCaffrey.
You just keep your fingers crossed. And is it, how many more years does he have like that left?
I mean, that's a lot of wear and tear on that body last year. He was great last year. I take nothing from him last year. He was great.
And I appreciate Christian McCaffrey, the way he's looked at. He's battled injuries, and one of the things he was saying this offseason is with the touches, he says that's what practice. That's where you get your rest. And I think he's going to take as many targets and carries as he can until it's not there anymore.
All right, this came out of Green Bay yesterday. Micah Parsons. Remember, he blew his ACL last year. There was hope that he would return for the beginning of the season, or at least the first month of the season. Probably not going to happen. He's deep into the 9-month cycle, and he said there were just 5 months in on the ACL, and he's not going to rush it. Well, the goal for me is to complete the season, not to relapse. And playoffs, pushing towards the championship. The goal is not for me to go out there and re-hurt myself, trying to force myself to get back the first few games. The goal has always been to be available for the playoffs, and I think we're all in the same boat. I always am interested in how guys do it, and the right way is your way, right? Some guys are all about, I'm pushing, I want to be ahead of schedule. You know, we're watching Mahomes, right? And there's a talk Mahomes may come back and he may be ready for the beginning of the season. And then Parsons is saying, basically, look at all the stats, all the data. There's nothing that says there's an advantage to come back quicker. It's a 9-month process, and I'm saying it. Quote, we have a pretty good, strong 9-month rule. Through the research and the data, there's no good outcomes with players coming back early from an ACL, especially if you had other things that had to get fixed up. It's just all about completing the rehab to the best of our ability and then seeing where we're at from there, end quote. So Packer fan who's hoping, you're looking at mid-October. I think that's the way it's just going to be. And okay, I mean, I'm not going to get mad at a dude for wanting to get healthy.
No, and you're asking Michael Parsons to do something different than Patrick. And
that's the truth.
He needs to be a lot more explosive off that knee than Patrick Mahomes.
Yes. Much more regular, yes. And take different hits, but yes. And then this came out yesterday, and we knew it was coming. We heard from Myles Garrett 2 days ago on the trade that sent him from Cleveland to L.A., and the big piece for L.A. wasn't the draft picks. It was sending Jared Verse to the Browns, and they said, you know, you've heard from the Rams. Les Snead has been out there, and Sean McVay has been out very, very vocal and vehement. They didn't want to trade Jared Verse, but they did because they got the guy they got. So Jared Verse was with the Browns for the first time yesterday, met with the media. Quote, it caught me by surprise. I love L.A. I love the coaches, the organization, my teammates, the staff, the fans. I love the whole vibe of L.A. It was upsetting. I was upset for a good little bit of time. But when you're an athlete, you understand the nature of the business. And you know what? I appreciate the truth.
Suck.
Yes.
Jared Verse, you're like, boom. Already, I'm establishing myself for Super Bowl contenders. I'm really the man in LA. And they're like, you just got Myles Garrett. And you're going to Cleveland.
You wake up one morning, you are the young stud about to get paid in LA. You're 20-something years old, going into your prime, everything that comes with being the star of the defense of the LA Rams. The team is going to be good. They're going to contend for a Super Bowl. You're going to get paid. You love LA. And you wake up and you get a call.
Hey, buddy. I hate doing this, but we're trading to Cleveland.
And my Sean McVay's getting worse. It's just not getting better. It's getting worse. And so you just left probably the best run franchise, would you say, in the NFL?
Yeah.
In Los Angeles, great weather, great lifestyle. Yeah, it's expensive to live there, but you're making a lot of money. Beautiful women, beaches, everything you love. And not only are we trading your ass, but you're going to, I don't know, maybe the worst run organization in football?
Does it rock? Does Cleveland rock?
Okay, Cleveland's got the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, if that's your genre. Worst run franchise in football? Is there a worse run franchise in football than the Browns over the years? The answer is no. There's Buffalo might be worse weather, but not many places with worse weather. I mean, if you want a different vibe from LA, go to Cleveland or Green Bay. Green Bay. Yeah, dude. He said he's not approaching the start of this tenure with the mindset that he's got to replace Myles Garrett. He's focused on being, quote, the best me. And he thinks that player will be the best player in the league at some point. I'm rooting for him, man. I am. Jared Verse was a great Ram. Well, yeah, I mean, great 2 years. I don't know if he's a great Ram. How about he was a really good Ram? On his way to being a great Ram. I'm going to root for that guy the whole way. It's hard not to, isn't it? Because he's the lost piece in this whole thing. I mean, the Rams got Myles Garrett. The Rams are going to be great. Aaron Donald might come out of retirement to go play with Myles Garrett. And this dude woke up one morning living the life in LA. Probably going to go work out, go hit the beach.
Top down.
Damn right.
Sun's out, guns out.
Yep.
And now you're just
Hey, buddy.
stealing
yeah, I hate doing
Gabriel's
this
number
too.
without even asking him.
Exactly right.
Oh, okay.
It's the opening drive. When we get back, we're going to hear from Lobo Basketball, some of the new guys from Dax Hall, Ritas Petritis. JJ had conversations with them yesterday. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 670 Sports Animal.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep, all your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on ProView Networks.
Jimmy John's toasted sandwiches take the fresh baked bread you love and turn up the heat to toasted perfection. Crispy and golden on the outside, melty and gooey on the inside. Order a toasted sandwich at Jimmy John's today.
Burrito Express is proud to announce that we are the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982, with 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell, the question is, red or green? Let's go to the burrito. Visit letsgototheburrito.com and order now.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing. Our bodies need to settle into nothing from time to time. Into nothing at all. In a world obsessed with doing more, we invite you to undo.
Jimmy John's toasted sandwiches take the fresh baked bread you love and turn up the heat to toasted perfection. Crispy and golden on the outside, melty and gooey on the inside. Order a toasted sandwich at Jimmy John's today.
Eagle Greens and Turf are a family-owned and operated business with over 25 years of experience in the home improvement industry. They are your exclusive dealer of celebrity green, synthetic putting greens, and artificial turf. They also have artificial turf that is specifically designed for your pets. Eagle Greens and Turf are proud sponsors of ProView Networks and can make your lawn green all year long at 505-273-2744.
ProView Networks would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Hans Whitler Automotive, German car maintenance and repair in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Call 505-294-7684 or visit HansWhitlerAuto.com. We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. For over 20 years, Evergard Roofing and Solar has been committed to customer service. Locally owned and operated, Evergard offers both commercial and residential roofing and solar services. For more info, please call 505-821-9543. Evergard Roofing and Solar are proud supporters of ProView Sports Network and New Mexico Youth Athletics. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com. We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
I'm Ben Lucero, president and owner of Indigo Mortgage. We are a locally owned and operated mortgage company right here in New Mexico. This means your loan officers and processors are right here to serve you. Indigo Mortgage offers better rates and terms than that of big banks and out-of-state lenders. Our mortgage divisions include residential, commercial, construction, reverse mortgages, and VA mortgage loans. Let us serve you with an exemplary level of care. Indigo Mortgage, because nobody cares more about your mortgage loan.
Eagle Greens and Turf are a family-owned and operated business with over 25 years of experience in the home improvement industry. They are your exclusive dealer of celebrity green, synthetic putting greens, and artificial turf. They also have artificial turf that is specifically designed for your pets. Eagle Greens and Turf are proud sponsors of ProView Networks and can make your lawn green all.
Animal.
All right, local basketball, men's basketball. Went out yesterday, kind of introduced most of the new roster to the local media. They announced a 3-game, 3-year scheduling agreement with St. Mary's of the West Coast Conference, which I think is a really solid scheduling agreement. They'll host the Gales this year in the Pit. They'll go up to Moraga the following year, and then the third game of the series will be in the Pit in the 28-29 season. Which, JJ, so you've got right now on the schedule non-conference, New Mexico State, Utah State, St. Mary's. Am I missing something else?
They play at Santa Clara.
At Santa Clara. That's a return game from this year, right? So that's the stuff that you're hoping for. I'd like to see another former Mountain West, current Pac-12 team on there. I think if that happens, it would most likely be Colorado State. If that happens.
Yeah.
I don't think you're getting San Diego State. I don't think Boise State's got an appetite for it. I don't really think you want Fresno State. And who am I missing on this? Whomever it is.
I think Colorado State's the most realistic one.
Right.
With the way that their head coach has talked about it and opening to wanting to play that game and keep that going, the buzz between those two teams.
Yeah. All right. You had some conversations. We'll do one now, take a break, and do the other one. But where do you want to start? Go ahead and lead into that and with whomever it is you spoke. I know you spoke with both Dax Hall and Radis Petritis.
Radis Petritis coming off an injury. So he's still kind of limited, but he was out there just putting up some shots, getting some work in. And we'll start with the former Air Force man who went to Cal and now locking it down, hopefully on the perimeter for the Lobos.
Here, the Radis Petritis. So you've been around this league, you've played in this building. What's it like to throw on the Lobo uniform?
It's a different type of feeling. It's a expectation to win, and that's something that I'm looking to do here and complete those expectations and make the tournament,
You make the decision you go to the Air Force Academy. There's a lot involved in it. What did you take from your time, though, there?
Honestly, I took a lot of discipline, both basketball and just in normal life. I took a lot of respect from what they do over there, people serving our country. And then on top of that, just making my bed every morning, just stuff that I never would have done, if I didn't go. But yeah, I just took a lot of those things, and then just basketball-wise, confidence, the ability to do everything, pass, shoot, and dribble, something that everyone needs to do in basketball, and play in arenas like the Pit, and make a big difference on the team.
Look at the player you are today. You come in with the experience and expectations to be a contributor on this team. What do you think you've grown the most as a basketball player over your college career?
I think every single stop, so I made 2 other stops before this, has some different type of experience that I learned from Air Force. I think it was more of becoming a leader both on and off the court as a freshman and sophomore, being a young type of player, and being relied on a lot, which was great. And then going to Cal, playing in the ACC top schools, being a leader as well, being captain my senior year, and then on top of that, learning how to play with also amazing, great players around you, but making a difference the little ways, you know what I'm saying? So just combining both of the being a big part and playing and doing all the little things combined, I think I can make a big difference here. And we have a great team here already, and I'm excited what we can do as a team.
Here at the Radis Petritis, look at the way college basketball has evolved. Like, you have experience, and you look at your talent level. you're a hot commodity these days in college basketball. So what was it when you're out there looking kind of for your next step that drew you to the University of Mexico?
Honestly, what drew me was the fact that they have a winning culture. They have unbelievable fans. That's something I've always dreamed of, is playing in a packed arena, and this is exactly where you do it. And then on top of that, just the coaching style. It really matches my type of play. Moving the ball, cutting, shooting, lots of shooters around you. That's honestly what drew me the most. And obviously one of the best opportunities to make the tournament and make a run. So
You've had this experience when you go to Cal coming in new. Like, this is an entirely new team outside of the three returners, I should say, for the Lobos. So what's it like this when you get into the gym, you're learning tendencies? What are these next couple weeks going to mean for this team?
Honestly, it's a great baseline. It's figuring out who's going to be a great leader, who on your team is reliable, and which honestly on this team so far, it's everyone. And then on top of that, what kind of coaching style? Like, what does coach like? What does coach not like? What is he looking for? Those are the type of things you look in the first couple of weeks, and then once you start playing 5-on-5, it's when it gets down to the nitty gritty and see who shines above the rest.
Last year, man, you mentioned the fan base, and you were a thorn in their side back in the day. Now you're going to be a fan favorite. And you talked about it a couple of times, just playing in front of a packed arena. What does that mean to a player?
It's everything. Making a layup in an empty arena and compared to a packed arena, it's just a different style. And then also just having that expectation holds a lot more than you realize, and that's something that I want to fulfill. And I've seen it, but these fans I've heard are crazy. They love the guys. They want to see us win. That's something that you just can't find anywhere else, especially in the mid-major level. In the high major level, it's even hard to find that too. So that's just unbelievable, especially that Utah State game that we're going to play here in the pit. That's going to be something that I'm looking forward to.
All right, let's read this. Petraitis, what's the injury that he's coming off?
Hip.
All right, because he only played 7 games for Cal last year. He had the hip injury. He only took, you think of him because he hit that 3-pointer to beat New Mexico. One of the most stunning losses, honestly, in the last 5 years. Of all the moments in Lobo basketball over the last, 5, you might even go decade. When you say, when that team, and that kept them, it would have kept them. That was the year Richard Pitino's team won. Isn't that the year that they won the conference tournament, right? But that was one that basically knocked them out of the outlier. It was a home loss to an Air Force team that was just an absolute stunner. Last year, he only took 5 3-pointers for Air Force. He was 2 for 5, played 7 games. I want to go back, though, JJ. There was so much in there that he said. Can you replay the first thing? Because he said, you asked him, why here? And he talked about the expectation to win. And he was at Air Force and Cal. And I'm going to guess everybody goes into it this time of year, and we're going to win, and we're going to be good. Can you replay that one part of the conversation?
It's a different type of feeling. It's a expectation to win, and that's something that I'm looking to do here and complete those expectations and make the tournament.
All right. So part of me loves that, and part of me worries about it. You always say I want guys who know how to win, right? We bring in guys who know how to win, and does he know how to win? I'm sure, like in high school, whatever. But there is a different expectation, and it shows you what the perception is of this place. Okay, so a guy who was really good at Air Force played at Cal in the ACC. Not a bad program, not a great program in the ACC. You're up against the Dukes and the Carolinas. The Miamis, the Florida States. That's that league. Okay, but I just that jumped out of that conversation to me more than anything. That the expectation to win was novel to him.
What Cal, they were a 500 team last year. Now he wasn't on the floor a lot last season, but they were 22-12. But I think he realized that at Cal, they're not expected to win the ACC could they be a tournament team, being in a power conference and having a season like that? Sure. But you come to New Mexico and like the expectation is you're going to be probably the preseason favorite in this league, or even with the roster turnover, just like you're expected to win this league. You know, ACC, it's Duke, it's North Carolina, you get Louisville. You run down the list before you get to California. You're naming 4 or 5 other teams.
Yeah, he talked about being a captain, and I don't think he's a captain here, right? I got to believe Jake Call's your captain. I guess one of the return. I don't know who's going to be the captain. Maybe Chris Howell. Can your captain be a guy who admittedly needs to learn how to win?
I don't think he needs to learn how to win.
Okay, that's fair. Yeah, that might be a presumptive on my part. Yeah,
I think he was just being honest. Like,
yeah,
they
no, and
didn't
I love
lose
that.
at Cal, like with him necessarily, but they weren't coming in as preseason favorites. Like, you're winning this conference.
No.
Did they want to win the conference?
Sure,
but again, like, it's Duke, it's North Carolina. You're climbing that ladder. Here, it's and I had just a brief moment with him after it too, and about the new look Mountain West. He's like, yeah, it's going to be weird, but that's why we expect to be good.
Well, I mean, they were good last year when it was the old look Mountain West. You don't have to put disclaimers on it if you're a Lobo fan. This isn't like all of a sudden we suck, but now all the big boys are gone. We're going to be good. You were damn good in it last year in the old Mountain. You were the runner-up and you played for a championship in the last game of the season. Like, you don't have to apologize to anybody about that. No, I like the addition. I think he's going to be really good. And I think his attitude is great. And I think more than anything, it shows people, when you're being recruited, student athletes look at New Mexico and go, I want to go there because they expect to win. Dax Hall next on the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 670 Sports Hour.
This report is sponsored by. We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep, all your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on ProView Networks.
Jimmy John's toasted sandwiches take the fresh baked bread you love and turn up the heat to toasted perfection. Crispy and golden on the outside, melty and gooey on the inside. Order a toasted sandwich at Jimmy John's today.
Burrito Express is proud to announce that we are the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982, with 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell, the question is, red or green? Let's go to the burrito. Visit letsgototheburrito.com and order now.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing. Our bodies need to settle into nothing from time to time. Into nothing at all. In a world obsessed with doing more, we invite you to undo.
Jimmy John's toasted sandwiches take the fresh baked bread you love and turn up the heat to toasted perfection. Crispy and golden on the outside, melty and gooey on the inside. Order a toasted sandwich at Jimmy John's today.
Eagle Greens and Turf are a family-owned and operated business with over 25 years of experience in the home improvement industry. They are your exclusive dealer of celebrity green, synthetic putting greens, and artificial turf. They also have artificial turf that is specifically designed for your pets. Eagle Greens and Turf are proud sponsors of ProView Networks and can make your lawn green all year long at 505-273-2744.
ProView Networks would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Hans Whitler Automotive, German car maintenance and repair in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Call 294-7684 or visit hanswhitlerauto.com. We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. For over 20 years, Evergard Roofing and Solar has been committed to customer service. Locally owned and operated, Evergard offers both commercial and residential roofing and solar services. For more info, please call 505-821-9543. Evergard Roofing and Solar are proud supporters of ProView Sports Network and New Mexico Youth Athletics. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com. We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
I'm Ben Lucero, president and owner of Indigo Mortgage. We are a locally owned and operated mortgage company right here in New Mexico. This means your loan officers and processors are right here to serve you. Indigo Mortgage offers better rates and terms than that of big banks and out-of-state lenders. Our mortgage divisions include residential, commercial, construction, reverse mortgages, and VA mortgage loans.
San Pedro text line 505-246-0610. Meineke on San Pedro, doing car care right.
All right, do we got time in this segment left for this? All right, we do. JJ spoke with some Lobos yesterday out of basketball, and you're getting to meet some of the new Lobos. You just heard from Ritas Petritis, who transferred from Air Force through Cal, actually transferred from Cal previously. Dax Hall, a freshman, CIF San Diego section player of the year in high school last year. And JJ had this conversation with Dax Hall.
Talking with Dax Hall. First off, man, you're sitting here in this arena. I know you watched it a lot last year. What's it like to officially be a Lobo?
Yeah, I mean, it just feels great to, acclimate myself to this atmosphere. And it's just super exciting to, have that first day of practice and just build towards that goal of just playing for the first time in the pit.
When you were watching your brother last year in this team, when it became a possibility that you could be a Lobo, what were some of the things that officially pushed it over the top?
Obviously, that connection with my brother is just something that, most people don't get. And playing with him in college is something that, I'm never going to forget. My parents are super grateful for. But beyond that, I mean, the connection with the coaches has been built since my sophomore year. They were over at UCSD recruiting me. They were my first offer there. And they, withstand that relationship with me. Even when they went to New Mexico and we weren't sure, if I was going to get an opportunity to play here, they stayed connected to me and continued to build that relationship. And so it's just been great. So the combination of those two was just no brainer.
Talking with Dax Hall. So you come in, what is your game going to be like when Lobo fans see you? What kind of player are you going to be?
Yeah, I mean, I'm an all-around point guard. I like to play defense, like to get grimy, like to get some steals, set up my teammates. I put a lot of pressure on the rim. Try and play off two in the paint, kick out for shooters.
So what are you expecting, man? You watched this team last year, but you're going to be able to experience this whole new team. What have you seen so far, just a little bit you've been on the floor with these guys?
I mean, yeah, everyone's great. It's crazy that we're mostly a European team. So it's really cool to, get to know these guys and, build a relationship with them. And, you see them talking German to each other off the court. It's pretty cool. But, they can really play. You could tell Coach Olin recruited, smarter basketball players. And it showed yesterday at practice. We all, we're great with the new stuff that we're learning. And, I'm super excited to get on the court and, compete with them.
Growing up, what kind of players and our teams did you watch?
When I first started taking basketball incredibly seriously, it was the Steph Curry, 2015, 2016 Warriors, his unanimous MVP year. So that's kind of the person that I fell in love with. I watched a ton of his highlights, but I stay connected super in basketball. I pay attention to all the college basketball, NBA, so all of that.
When we look at Coach Olin, what stands out about just his style and kind of the way he wants you guys to play basketball?
Yeah, I mean, it feels different than most of the other coaches that you see. He really builds a true relationship with you, and he takes time out of his day to, talk about you and your family and, see how you're doing. And so it's different. He is about winning, and that's what we're here to do, but he really cares about each and every one of us.
Lastly, wrapping up with Dax Hall, what is the thing you're looking forward to the most about running down that ramp and being on that floor next season?
Yeah, I mean, just feeling that rush and hearing the fans cheer. And just, hearing your name called is just something that's super special that you can't take advantage of. So I'm just really excited to, hear the fans cheer and, get that rush of adrenaline and just play basketball.
Oh, you can take advantage of it. You just don't take it for granted, I think is what he meant. What was your impression with him? Was he wide-eyed freshman, happy to be here, or was he confident? And I don't want to compare him to his brother, but he's always going to be compared to his brother. I'm more so kind of interested what the differences are.
Yeah, I was impressed with his confidence in the moment, and I just went right up to him, introduced myself, started chatting it up, and he's a much different player than his brother. Even just the moments, and it was pretty much just like a shoot around yesterday, but you see it like he's not the quick release, like stand on the perimeter. Like he said it, he realizes his impact is going to come being gritty on the defensive end, setting up his teammates, and I think it's one where he understands kind of what the pressure is going to be, but until you start feeling it, it's going to be a little different because the Hall last name definitely comes with something now at the University of New Mexico.
Comes with expectation. And I'm interested, next time I want to talk to him a little bit about that part of it. I'm not even certain how I know how I want to phrase this, but how you separate your Dax Hall, he's Jake Hall, right? Jake Hall's become in one season. I mean, is it fair to say he's a legend here?
He's on that path.
I guess legends have to win championships, right?
But it was an unbelievable freshman season, and
he went to the NIT Final Four,
and they are very stylish.
Yeah,
and you see them.
Yeah, but I don't think your common fan until they see them play is going to get that, and I just think just natural, and I don't believe it to be fair, is going to compare him to Jake and expect him to be Jake. And I'm going to go on a limb, and this is absolutely no disrespect to Dax, but I'm going to say that he's not going to have the freshman season that Jake did because nobody in the history of global basketball, including Kenny Thomas, had the freshman season that Jake did, right? I mean, numbers.
Yeah, and it's in the reality is he's not going to have that option.
Right.
Because you have your eye to net. Like, there's probably be some minutes there, but if things plan out, you won't see that level of minutes.
No, he's your backup point guard, right? If things go well, he's your backup point guard. Yeah. And that's why, there's going to have to be some patience for him. I mean, in reality, now this I guess reality is it's year to year. In past years, you say, holy crow, why'd you come here? Because you're playing behind a point guard who's going to be starting for the next 3 years. Here's a sophomore, but nothing happens. I mean, nobody's thinking for next 3 years, right? You're thinking 1 year at a time in today's day and age. But yeah, I enjoyed that. There's a lot of confidence in that young man's voice. There's a lot of game in that young man's game. The only concern I have is living up to the comparisons to his big brother, and his big brother was one of the most sought after recruits in the entire portal, and is the freshman of the year in this league, and had one of the best freshman seasons, not just in the history of global basketball, but in the history of the league. And I mean, just his numbers are up there 3-point wise with Steph Curry and Trae Young.
It was interesting. I know I was sitting down with Dax. I could notice Jake was always kind of
looking.
What's going on over there?
Take care of
what's going on over there.
You're going to whoop your ass if you're not nice to him. Yeah. All right. You can respond to any of that. I'd love your thoughts. You can get in on when the Gillette New Mexico Bowl is date-wise. You can get in on the Spurs and the Knicks last night. We'll reset it at the top. It's the opening drive. He's JJ Buck. I'm Jeff Symbieta. 95.9 FM and AM 670 Sports Animal.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Eagle Greens and Turf are a family-owned and operated business with over 25 years of experience in the home improvement industry. They are your exclusive dealer of celebrity green, synthetic putting greens, and artificial turf. They also have artificial turf that is specifically designed for your pets. Eagle Greens and Turf are proud sponsors of ProView Networks and can make your lawn green all year long at 505-273-2744.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing. Our bodies need to settle into nothing from time to time. Into nothing at all. In a world obsessed with doing more, we invite you to undo.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Roswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide you the support as one family. We are one family that share one goal, one opportunity at a time. We are one Eastern.
Burrito Express is proud to announce that we're the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982, with 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell, the question is, red or green? Let's go to the burrito. Visit letsgototheburrito.com and order now.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Raising Cane's invites you to grab life by the chicken fingers. So get out there. Be you. Do you. Embrace whatever makes you, you. All while enjoying Raising Cane's hand-battered cooked-to-order chicken fingers, crispy crinkle-cut fries, buttery Texas toast, and that secret recipe cane sauce that makes everything that much better. So go on. Savor the day.
Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers. One love.
ProView Networks would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Hans Whitler Automotive, German car maintenance and repair in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Call 505-294-7684 or visit HansWhitlerAuto.com. We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep, all your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on ProView Networks.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing. Our bodies need to settle into nothing from time to time. Into nothing at all. In a world obsessed with doing more, we invite you to undo.
Well, I'm going to walk to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Oh, yeah, buddy. What's good? Well, if you're a Knicks fan, where's Vinny from Brooklyn? Joey from Merrick? Tony from Jamaica? Leo from Astoria? Where you at? Where's Great Neck? The Bronx, Westchester County. Come on in. The Knicks win last night. 105-95, they beat the stinking Spurs. They were down 14 in the third quarter. Forget about it. Who cares,
San Antonio.
San Antonio. What is that, in Texas
Victor,
or something?
what are you talking about?
Victor, forget about you. Wembanyama.
That Jalen Brunson.
Captain
Heck of a
Clutch.
guy.
Captain Clutch was too much last night. 30 points, 13 of them in the fourth quarter. Spurs go 2 for 19 from three-point land in the second half. Victor Wembanyama was good, not great. 26 points, 12 rebounds, 6 of 21 from the field, and 2 of 9 from three-point land. Quote, Victor, it was a bad night. It's not more complicated than that. End quote. Truth. Brunson, Knicks. I don't want to say calmness, but I think we know what we have to do. I think we are a pretty good together group, be able to trust each other and still have each other's back, and know that we just have to keep chipping away. Just a credit to the mentality that we have as a team, end quote. There's so much to this. I want to go back to something I brought up earlier and give Mike Brown a little credit. This roster is not dramatically different than it was a year ago, right? I don't know what the difference is. Maybe it's 1 year of maturity. Maybe it's, I don't know. I mean, do you think the East is way down? I mean, Jason Tatum played at most of the playoffs. Were the Celtics way down? Halliburton was out, so the Pacers weren't a factor.
No.
I don't think that's it either.
Knicks are just better.
I think the Knicks are just better. And I think there's a piece of it that is they learned how to be better. I think there's a calmness, a steadiness, and a confidence about them. They all say the same thing. We just got to stay together. We just got to stay together. And it sounds like it's coming from Mike Brown. You know, when a leader preaches something and says something all the time, and then you hear the people who work for or play for that leader, that again, it goes back. We always talk about what's culture, right? What is culture? Culture is when everybody buys into a certain way of doing things, believes in it, says the same thing. I was at my dentist's office yesterday, okay? And, you know, whenever I said thank you, the hygienists, the attendant, all the workers, they always say, my pleasure. They don't say you're welcome. And so I asked, I said, how much part of your training was my pleasure? And then she kind of laughed. I said, you have to sit there until like you say it the right way. And I was kind of kidding, but that dentist's office, they're trained. Part of it is my pleasure. They bought into that. Now they have to work. These guys, every one of them, listen to the Cat in-game interview, listen to Brunson post-game. We just got to stay together. We just got to stay together. And it sounds like that's something Mike Brown has just pounded into them. And it comes from the top. And you may tell me, Jeff, it's semantics. It's just a saying. But I think it's part of culture. And when you hear them all saying it unprompted, there's something to it, and they play that.
And that was evident down the stretch. And there's a little bit of everything. Are you tired? Sure. Is the moment too big? Not necessarily. I just think watching the last 3 to 4 minutes of that game, what really stood out to me was kind of that quote from Jalen Brunson. I think the Spurs are athletic enough. I don't think they're tired. I just think it's more about calm in the moment. And Victor Wembanyama was trying to be that dude. Got a little over his skis a few possessions late in the contest. And for him, he said he just had to be normal. And yes, you went through it. You had the pressure of a Western Conference Finals and a Game 7. You took the steps in the postseason so far, winning each round, but it's definitely a different pressure Game 1 of the NBA Finals. And he saw that in the fourth quarter. You saw that towards the end of the third quarter. And we have seen this Spurs team learn very quickly in the postseason. I think Mitch Johnson, too. There's a reality that, dude, Mike Brown's been there, done that.
Yep.
Like, he is a good coach
Yep.
in the NBA. And you saw some of those moments. I think in clutch moments in a close game, I think Mitch Johnson and his staff are going to look at maybe having Dylan Harper on the floor, adjusting those moments. But then it's just players being a little bit better. De'Aaron Fox being a little bit better. Not going 2 of 19 from 3 in the second half as the Spurs did. Well, I like the Knicks in this series. I think this is far from over because we have seen San Antonio respawn throughout the postseason.
Yep. And the Spurs, I don't know if the moment was too big. And if it was, I don't think it will be moving forward. I think there's a learning curve. And you can say, Jeff, the Knicks have never been there either. And you're right. And you're 100% right. The Knicks are a more veteran, more mature team. And mature is not fair. A more veteran team. I don't think the Spurs are an immature young team. I think they're a very mature young team. De'Aaron Fox would be their veteran leader, and he didn't play well. He didn't shoot well, for sure. 3 of 13. He's just got – and by the way, the looks he got were really good. Like, there was a look. It was a 4 or 6 point game, fourth quarter. Knock it down. It's another game. And you got to make an uncontested 14-footer in that moment. You just have to. And so that's why I felt Wembanyama felt he had to do everything. And I thought he forced it. I thought he did too much. But the Knicks have been in these situations in the playoffs where they don't get rattled. They're down. Even when they got beat by the Hawks, right? They lost a couple of 1-point games. It never fazed them. They're down 22 in the first or in the fourth quarter against the Cavs in the first game. So what? They come back. And I thought the Cavs contributed to that quite a bit. That was insane. And so there is this belief. Now, that's not to tell you the Spurs don't have it, because they just went on the road and beat the defending champs in Game 7. But it's a veteran team who's been through the playoff run more than the Spurs. Not the finals, but the playoff. We've talked so much about skipping steps and how Victor Wembanyama is that piece that allows you to skip that step. And you just, okay, they've skipped steps. Right? Do they get to skip them all? We're going to know here in a week and a half, or maybe sooner. But that's just, to me, what I saw last night. There's a veteran team who's new to this and a young team who's new to this, and the veteran team look like a veteran.
And it doesn't always have to be every moment played in the NBA Finals. You look at, Karl Anthony Towns is 30 years old. Yeah. Jalen Brunson, Mikal Bridges, like, these guys have been in the league 7, 8, 9 years. Point. And you look at, Devin Vassell, it's still just it's 5 years in the league for him. Stephen Castle, too. Yes, De'Aaron Fox is a veteran, but just that stuff adds up. And I think we saw that in the fourth quarter, but I trust San Antonio because I've watched them against OKC, against a team that, they had some players out throughout the series, but OKC knows how to respond and play championship basketball, and the Spurs had to respond throughout that series. I still like the Knicks overall. I picked them in 6 before it started, but I believe we'll see a response from San Antonio.
Yeah, no, I think so too. And, we had Dan Cullen, the first segment, and talked about how he thinks, it's going to be a sweep, and he's a Knicks fan, and I get that. And by the way, it might be. I don't think it's going to be, but it might be a damn sweep. If the Spurs don't win tomorrow night, I mean, lock down New York City. They have to win tomorrow. They're not winning 5 out of 6 and winning 4 of them or 3 of them in New York. They're not. I don't against this team. And the Knicks have won 12 in a row. If they win tomorrow night, we're gonna have to start talking about some of the best playoff runs ever. I'm not telling you the best team ever. I'm talking about one of the best playoff runs ever. They won 12 in a row. They haven't lost since when? I mean, for crying out loud, the way you're watching this team play, 12 in a row. And I don't know that I think, convincingly, when was the last time they had a single-digit win? They won by 10 last night. They won by 37 before that. They won by 13. They won by 16. They won by 11 in overtime. They won by 30. They won by 14. The last time they had a single-digit win was Game 2 against Philadelphia on the 6th of May, which is 2 days short of a month ago. Before that, they won by 39. Before that, they won by, is that 50? 51 against Atlanta. 51. 51. Before that, they won by 29. Before that, they won by, this is all quick math by me, 16. They lost by a point, and they won by 11. So of all their wins, JJ, one win has been by single digit. I mean, and you got 40 and 50-point wins in here. Their 2 losses were 107, 106, and 109, 108.
They're a wagon.
Look, I'm not ready to crown their ass yet.
Crown them.
But if this continues, and again, there's a difference between best playoff run ever or one of the best playoff and best teams ever. I'm not pretending one of the best teams ever. But if they continue to win and win every game by double digits.
Now, is this going to be a real NBA championship?
According to you, nothing is.
According to me,
You're the one who said none of the last
people,
8 are.
Jeff, I speak for the people.
True. They didn't play anybody. They had to go through Wembanyama. And Wembanyama, he's a rookie or it's that third year. Every one of them's a real championship. But I don't know, man. If they continue this run, JJ, they've won 12, 13, so 13 wins. They're 13-2 in the playoffs. Their 2 losses were by a point, both of them. And all but one victory was double digits. And some of them, I mean, we're looking 39, 51 point. They're kicking people's ass. It's hard not to sway me over to the Knicks. 505-246-0610. And the other thing is, they are likable. Their fans are not. Or do you like the Chalamets and the Kylie Jenners and the Ben Stillers and everybody courtside? Maybe you do like them. I mean, is it different than, the LA crowd?
Again, I think most people don't dislike teams. They dislike fan bases.
Yeah. I mean, it's hard for, Screaming A. Smith and those guys, pounding their chests like they've done something. I don't know. And the Knicks are pretty likable. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610 Sports Animal.
You're listening to the Jim Rome Show.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is Pro View. From pros to prep, all your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on Pro View Networks.
Eagle Greens and Turf are a family-owned and operated business with over 25 years of experience in the home improvement industry. They are your exclusive dealer of celebrity green, synthetic putting greens, and artificial turf. They also have artificial turf that is specifically designed for your pets. Eagle Greens and Turf are proud sponsors of ProView Networks and can make your lawn green all year long at 505-273-2744.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, red and green chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier sweet rolls. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenprideabq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gallus Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Jimmy John's toasted sandwiches take the fresh baked bread you love and turn up the heat to toasted perfection. Crispy and golden on the outside, melty and gooey on the inside. Order a toasted sandwich at Jimmy John's today.
TurboThreads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sport shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. TurboThreads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1234 for TurboThreads.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
I'm Ben Lucero, president and owner of Indigo Mortgage. We are a locally owned and operated mortgage company right here in New Mexico. This means your loan officers and processors are right here to serve you. Indigo Mortgage offers better rates and terms than that of big banks and out-of-state lenders. Our mortgage divisions include residential, commercial, construction, reverse mortgages, and VA mortgage loans. Let us serve you with an exemplary.
All right, we're talking about the Spurs and Knicks last night. New York wins 105-95. It's the opening drive. Jeff Symbieta and J.J. Buck. Hey, in one word, describe your back. Is it immaculate? Now, you probably had work done by LaBarge Landscape. I certainly have. If the word that you use to describe it is almost, or almost any other word, like embarrassment, or it's okay, you need LaBarge Landscape. They made my landscape a whole lot better. It's getting later in the season, but it is not too late to let LaBarge make your landscape closer to immaculate by turning your dreams into reality. Go see examples of their amazing work. Go to galleries at LaBarge, L-A-B-A-R-G-E, LaBargeLandscape.net. Bounce around there and see some of the stuff that they've done. It actually is spectacular. And you know they were out at my yard. They were at my house last summer. It changes the whole feeling, the whole mood, the whole everything. It's what they do is the best. They've been doing it for 33 years in this market. They are family owned and family operated, and they will over deliver for you like they did for me. Call them at 505-345-3000. 505-345-3000. The website's LaBargeLandscape.com. LaBarge Landscape, too good for words. It's the opening drive. Jeff Symbieta and J.J. Buck, 505-246-0610. Text line says, Brunson tipping the offensive rebound out to his teammate was huge. De'Aaron Fox playing in nobody games with the Kings now in a moment. Clanks an open 12-footer down by 1. Some thrive in the moment, some do not. He missed a shot. I'm not ready to say he doesn't thrive, but yeah, I mean, some guys are super clutch, and, you know, and there's not even an argument that Jalen Brunson is Captain Clutch right now. You know,
no doubt about it.
We fawned, and when you get to this moment, this is the brightest stage, the biggest stage. And so you fawn on the stars when we get here. You know, a year ago right now, we were talking about how great Tyrese Halliburton is, how great Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is. Shea won another MVP this year. Halliburton obviously had the Achilles injury and missed the whole season. And this is where JJ, I don't want to overreact, but I think if you star in this moment, you deserve all the accolades because this is the most pressure. This is the brightest light. This is the biggest stage. And if you get to this point and then you continue to deliver as Jalen Brunson did in game 1, I think you deserve it all. Not recency bias to me.
No question about it. The fourth quarter performances from Jalen Brunson we've seen in the postseason are real. And he did it last night. And we knew the efficiency was not going to be good for Jalen Brunson this series. Just look at what Shai Gilgeous-Alexander did for the Thunder. He's going to score points, but it's going to take him a lot of shots. Because the one thing the Spurs can do is frustrate good guard. And they did that. But with Brunson, it's still, volume, get there, and then just clutch shots, just tough shots, big-time plays made in the fourth quarter. De'Aaron Fox has to be better, absolutely. But Spurs also aren't asking him to be Jalen Brunson. So who can be that guy? Is it going to be Victor Wembanyama? Can he do all that with, he has the ability, but being the initiator, I know Mitch Johnson was talking about they didn't like a lot of the errors that were getting him the basketball, but in clutch time, can Victor Wembanyama be a on-the-ball player the entire time? I think that's a question.
All right, let's go to you. 505-246-0610. Rudy, good morning. You're on the Sports Animal. Hello, Rudy.
Ho, ho, ho.
What do you think about that?
That's the new bowl logo, right? Ho, 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 let's go bowl. I think that's great. Let's see, 21 years.
Yep.
I've been helping you out with the bowl, and we've had 21 fantastic games, and I think this is nice because people will be able to be home to celebrate Christmas. They don't have to worry about, gosh, do we got to leave now, or so I think that's a good date, and obviously you have to stay fast on your feet if you're going to be running a bowl game these days, right, Jeff?
A lot going on, Rudy. There was a lot of research that went into a lot of thought that went into this. With the calendar, the way the calendar has been, we love that Saturday date. Don't get me wrong. It's worked really well. And one of the big things about the Saturday date is I shouldn't say everybody, people tend to be off. Well, Christmas Eve, people are not working for the most part. And I watched a lot, and we talked to a lot of fans who went over to the Rate Bowl last year. And the option would have been the 26th and play that on that Saturday. And for fans to travel, it was not easy. And, to make it work like the Lobos did, it would have to be somewhere close that there were nonstops to get in the morning. And you look at, the availability of nonstops and the amount of towns. It was a tough thing to bank on. And so this way fans can travel in, still go home for Christmas and have that experience here. The players can be home for Christmas. The coaches love pre-Christmas games. And for the locals, it makes it one big, gigantic party day. You get everything done. I understand what we're all doing on Christmas Eve. We'll do it on the 23rd and then come out, have a great day, and you're out of there by 4:30, and everybody's home doing their family traditions. It feels like it worked out, and the exposure of being a standalone window on television. There are no other football games against us, which we were not getting on that Saturday. So, for this year, let's take a look at it, see how it works. But there was a lot of thought that went into this.
Well, I'm on board. Switching gears real quick, it took a while to light that Brunson burner last night, didn't it?
Yeah, but once it lit, it was damn hot.
That guy is just a bulldog. He reminds me a lot of Darius Gary when Darius played for UNM. He can get in the lane. He can get off a variety of shots. He's a lot stronger than he looks. What is he, 6'4", 6'5", maybe? He's not a huge guy. He's not fast. Very quick, and he just has a variety of shots. And when his shot starts falling, he's really hard to stop. And if San Antonio is going to stop the bleeding, they got to do one thing. Wembanyama has got to decide that he's going to play down low. That's their only advantage, is to have him down low. If he's out there on the perimeter casting up three-point shots, that's playing exactly into the Knicks' hands, because the Knicks don't have a 7'6" guy, So he's just got to get a lot more aggressive in the paint if the Spurs are going to get back into this.
Appreciate you, man. Thank you. Look, Brunson's 6'2", by the way. I I don't mind him being Wembanyama being on the perimeter at times. I just don't know that I think the best way to utilize him, and you can tell me I'm wrong, is constantly on the wing, and he's not constantly out there. But I like him shooting a few threes. I like him being a threat. I don't need him shooting 9. I just don't. And going 2 for 9, I think, is not the way that the Spurs are going to win the series.
It's not, but that's not who he is. I think it was more of some frustration. When did he put up some of those shots?
They were late. Some of them.
And just style. You look at against Portland, he in the round 1 attempted 3.3, so just a little over 3.
Yeah, and that's about where I want him to be.
Against Minnesota, it was 4.5. Against OKC, it was almost 6.
Really?
So the better teams are able to implement their game plan defensively better. Now it's time to adjust.
Okay, so to that point, and I think you're right. Adjust. Like you're the Knicks. What do I want? I want them away from the basket. Cool. Why don't I dictate where my guy's going to be? Why don't I dictate having him in? I get it. You like him in the high pick and roll. I get it. He can make a 3. I think that's part of what makes him different than Sean Bradley or Yao Ming to that point, right? He's a 7'5" dude who can go outside. What if I make a game plan where I post him, I start him inside, I run the offense through him a little? He's a really good passer, right? Don't you want to dictate that a little bit and you get him inside?
Yeah, and they will focus on that in game 2.
Yeah. All right. When we get back, I saw this. Today's the 4th, right? There's a story. Have you heard of bodyelbow.com? It's a fighting site. And I'm not going to tell you I think this is going to happen, but I'm starting to tell you I'm not certain it's not. This whole Rousey-Holm rematch talk 10 years later, with Ronda not fighting anymore and Holly now at 44 and boxing, there's a whole lot more noise, and both of them are talking more, which makes me start to think there's going to be a payday. Tell you what Holly had to say in response to Ronda next. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
This is Unfiltered with Kenny Thomas.
I want to know if you guys... We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
I'm Ben Lucero, president and owner of Indigo Mortgage. We are a locally owned and operated mortgage company right here in New Mexico. This means your loan officers and processors are right here to serve you. Indigo Mortgage offers better rates and terms than that of big banks and out-of-state lenders. Our mortgage divisions include residential, commercial, construction, reverse mortgages, and VA mortgage loans. Let us serve you with an exemplary level of care. Indigo Mortgage, because nobody cares more about your mortgage loan.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing. Our bodies need to settle into nothing from time to time. Into nothing at all. In a world obsessed with doing more, we invite you to undo.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep, all your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on ProView Networks.
Raising Cane's invites you to grab life by the chicken fingers. So get out there. Be you. Do you. Embrace whatever makes you, you. All while enjoying Raising Cane's hand-battered cooked-to-order chicken fingers, crispy crinkle-cut fries, buttery Texas toast, and that secret recipe cane sauce that makes everything that much better. So go on, savor the day.
Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers, one love.
ProView Networks would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Hans Whitler Automotive, German car maintenance and repair in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Call 505-294-7684 or visit hanswhitlerauto.com.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Roswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide you the support as one family. We are one family that share one goal, one opportunity at a time. We are One Eastern.
Burrito Express is proud to announce that we are the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982, with 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell, the question is, red or green? Let's go to the burrito. Visit letsgototheburrito.com and order now. Eagle Greens and Turf are a family-owned and operated business with over 25 years of experience in the home improvement industry. They are your exclusive dealer of celebrity green, synthetic putting greens, and artificial turf. They also have artificial turf that is specifically designed for your pets. Eagle Greens and Turf are proud sponsors of ProView Networks and can make your lawn green all year long at 505-273-2744.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit.
I thought was going to be the story. We're not talking about Jalen Brunson's knee. When he went down in the first half, right, when he got fallen into, and he went to the bench and went to the locker room, and they were trying to put a brace on him, and didn't you think that was going to be the big story? They were down, and he came back, nothing on his knee, and goes off in the fourth quarter, and like I haven't seen anything on it. Have you today?
No.
I thought that was going to be a big deal.
Because he ain't soft.
There's a lot of things, but he ain't soft. It's the opening drive. Jefferson Bieta, JJ Buck, 505-246-0610. All right, so Holly Holm loses the decision over the weekend to Stephanie Hahn in boxing. And I don't know why this is all ignited now. There was a lot of talk during the week, last week, about Holly was asked so much about Ronda Rousey, which is, JJ, it's 10 years ago.
Well, I know why it's ignited now.
Why?
He lost the fight.
Well, but it was
she's not gonna step.
But last week it was there.
Yeah, but she's not stepping right back into a title. So you're 44 years old. What opportunities are out there
for money?
And this is one that people would absolutely want.
You know, I get it now, but it was last week, and it came out, and Ronda said in an interview that she would clean Holly's clock. So there's a story on Body Blow, and I appreciate this, Carl, for sending me the link. Holly was talking to whomever it was. She was talking to Ariel Helwani, who I think y'all know is a big fight journalist. And she thinks, Holly is pretty certain that Ronda doesn't want this fight. Quote Holly Holm, yeah, she said she'd clean my clock or something like that or whatever. You can say one thing and actions are another. She's always going to be more of that type of person. The thing is, I've always stood for a rematch. That's the bottom line. She doesn't want it. She's never wanted it, and that's all right. That's all right. Just say you don't want it. I don't think she really wants to, and I'm not even mad at her for it. I don't want someone to get in there and fight if they don't want to actually fight, because I want some. I 100% always said, she wants a rematch, I'll give it to her. And I kind of feel like we're getting there. I mean, I don't know that I need to see it, but I will watch it. I don't know that I need to see it all these years later.
Well, I think, again, it's the mindset you're going into the fight with. It will be an exhibition card. You're not fighting for a championship. It's a lot like what we saw with, Ronda Rousey and Gina Carano the other night. It wasn't necessarily anything where they're trying to say, hey, build this up. This is the next big thing. No, it's an exhibition.
And it lasted 18 seconds, 17 seconds.
And I think with fighting, there's an element of that work. You can put on exhibition fights and people are going to tune in, whether it's Mike Tyson and Jake Paul or over the hill fighters, because it's just that you're not tuning in to see
them in their prime,
the peak. You're just tuning in to see two people punch each other.
Yeah, and maybe some hate and some animosity. Just to kind of refresh you, after Ronda Rousey submitted Gina Carano in 17 seconds last month, she doubled down on her retirement decision. She said she's retiring, but talked about a Holly rematch and said, quote, I definitely have the ability and the opportunity to be able to bleeping clean her clock and rewrite all of that, but it's no longer important to me anymore. It doesn't hurt me. It's not the most important thing in my life. And these people's perceptions and people knowing how great I am and all this stuff. I know how good I am, and my kids need me in their lives. I want to be there for them, and this isn't the most important thing anymore. And of course, the time that I get where I can now go back and do that, I don't want to go back. I only want to go forward. End quote, Ronda Rousey. First of all, it wouldn't undo anything. When you were in your prime and Holly was in her prime, she kicked your ass. Now that she's 44 and you're going to come out of retirement at 35, potentially, that doesn't rewrite a damn thing. Are we all on the same page there?
Yes.
I mean, do you think it rewrites it?
How would it rewrite it?
It doesn't.
It's an exhibition fight.
Yeah. All right, 505-246-0610. Howard, good morning. You're on the Sports Animal. Hello, Howard.
Good morning, guys. Just jumping back to the finals. The difference last night is I think New York was a little more seasoned, a little more physical. I think San Antonio is going to be a team to be reckoned with in the future. That is a very good young unit. But I think Wembyana needs to get in the gym and pack on some muscle. Don't you guys think?
Yeah, I just wonder how much weight that frame is going to be able to handle. But yeah, does he need to get a little bigger? Yeah, potentially. It hasn't been an issue up until last night. I mean, that's what people are going to try to do is physical him and throw the Mitchell Robinsons and the Cats at him. Can he pack a few more on? Yeah, I think so. And I think he's going to be better in this series before we're said and done.
I think it was a pretty physical game. Neither team shot very well at all. And, talking to Edward and Grady last night, we were conversating about the game, and I asked, how tall is Josh Hart? Brady thought he was 6'9". I looked him up. He's 6'5". The young man plays like he's 6'9". I think he must have snatched about 12 or 14 rebounds. And, you get a 6'5" guy in there snatching that many rebounds. That's a difference maker as well, not just offense.
Look, you go to a Josh Hart and you say, what do you have, 5 points last night, JJ?
He's all heart.
See what he did there?
Yeah. How many rebounds did he have?
Last night, Josh Hart, I know it was double digits. I'm fine.
He had 15.
Yeah, he had 15.
Has more than anyone else.
And that's a difference maker in my opinion. Maybe not, it's not as popular as, popping in threes or dunking the ball or whatever, but rebounding is an important part of the game. And when you got a 6'5" guy on the floor, being able to provide that much rebounding, that's big because that allows Cat to be away from the rim when Wembyana's away from the rim. I mean, if he's gathering those kind of rebounds and Wembyana wants to play at the top of the key, Cat can go out and chase him, and you've got a good, strong rebounder in there. But, San Antonio, I still feel like, they're going to make a series of this.
Me too.
I was expecting something different last night, but I still feel like San Antonio's going to make this a really good series, and I still believe they can quite possibly win it.
Good stuff.
Have a good day, guys.
Thanks, Howard. Look, I said this in the 7 o'clock hour, and I believe it, and it's what he was just talking about. You look at Josh Hart's line, you're like, he played 27 minutes, took 5 shots, only made one of them at 3 points. Yeah, but he was good. Wait, what do you mean, Jeff? He had 3 points. 15 rebounds, 6 assists, 4 steals, 1 block, didn't turn the ball over, plus 22. Your coach in high school AAU youth ball told you, you don't have to score a bunch of points to contribute. Remember that? And you're like, yeah, coach, okay, well, whatever. Yeah, you can play defense, you can rebound, you can ball, you can get the 50-50 balls. You can, there's so many ways. You don't have to score. Josh Hart was, it's the epitome of that. Now, there's nights where he's going to go for 22. And there's nights that he's going to go for 3. And you want that dude on your team. It was really good last night.
Effort.
Yeah. All right, we'll wrap it when we get back. 505-246-0610. Still time for you to get in. That's the Sports Animal phone line, the Sports Animal Meineke on San Pedro text line. 505-246-0610. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
This is
We
a
would like
Westwood
to
One
thank the
Sports
following
Minute.
sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walk up to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number 1. Cover it with green stuff, 1 scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Burrito Express is proud to announce that we are the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982, with 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell, the question is, red or green? Let's go to the burrito. Visit letsgototheburrito.com and order now.
TurboThreads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sport shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. TurboThreads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1234 for TurboThreads.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
Eagle Greens and Turf are a family-owned and operated business with over 25 years of experience in the home improvement industry. They are your exclusive dealer of celebrity green synthetic putting greens and artificial turf. They also have artificial turf that is specifically designed for your pets. Eagle Greens and Turf are proud sponsors of ProView Networks and can make your lawn green all year long at 505-273-2744.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
Raising Cane's invites you to grab life by the chicken fingers. So get out there. Be you. Do you. Embrace whatever makes you, you. All while enjoying Raising Cane's hand-battered cooked-to-order chicken fingers, crispy crinkle-cut fries, buttery Texas toast, and that secret recipe cane sauce that makes everything that much better. So go on. Savor the day.
Raising Cane's chicken fingers. One love.
Burrito Express is proud to announce that we are the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982, with 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell, the question is, red or green? Let's go to the burrito. Visit letsgototheburrito.com and order now.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Roswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide you the support as one family. We are one family that share one goal, one opportunity at a time.
All right, we're just talking about Holly and you know what's next. And JJ just sent me a story that this is from on Yahoo Sports. Is that where it is, JJ?
Well, that is where Ariel Helwani show is located. So this was all the nuggets and the big quotes from the interview that he had with her.
So, and she talked about the fight and she was unhappy with the referee last week, and not just their judges, but the referees. But she was talking about, you know, when's the end? When's the retirement? She was asked about the idea of retirement. And you know, what's next? She said, quote, "If I'm being really honest, I just want big fights. All of them are big fights for a title, but I'm definitely like within the year and I'm done. That's where I'm at. I definitely want it to be fights that people want to see. I want it to be something big like that. And that's where I'm at, whether it be MMA or boxing. I don't want to be one of those people who's like, it's my retirement fight. Haha, not really. The only time I ever did that was when I went from boxing to MMA. I said, it's my last boxing fight. I'm going to MMA full time. I wasn't retiring from fighting. I was just done boxing at the time, and that was true. But I've never actually been like, I'm done fighting for good. Not saying I couldn't come back if I changed my mind, but I definitely am getting closer. I'm not quite ready yet, but I would say within the year, I'll be done. Within the calendar year. So, I mean, what's that? One more fight? Maybe two, but one more fight, right?
And the outcome of that last fight changed everything. Because then it's a few more steps away from a title.
Getting back up to a title fight. Yeah. Yeah. Do you think she's as good as the best fighters? And I guess we're saying boxing now in her class still at 44.
She looked just as good as Han.
I thought so too. Right? At 44 years old, I mean, she's in incredible shape. I think she's still in it. So she did this Zoom, was she in a parking lot? She's in her car with the Sandias in the background, the Ariel Helwani interview. But yeah, it's up there on Yahoo Sports if you want to go take a look at it. She was obviously really frustrated with the referee in this too. She thought that, you know, she was getting warned for headbutts and you know, all kinds of stuff that Han was not. She said, I'm not blaming the referee. It's obviously not her fault. It's the judges. But she said, I'm not done, but I want big fights. Now, this is interesting where this goes. But by the end of the year, okay. Yeah, it's about right, no? All right, 505-246-0610 if you want to get in. You still have a few more minutes. So you're out tomorrow? Ed Monsonatis is going to be in with me tomorrow?
Yes.
All right, so no JJ tomorrow. Who wins tomorrow night? You want to make a call on Spurs and Knicks tomorrow night?
1-1 going back to New York.
Okay. Ken says Holly introduced the opening drive's Universal Truth number 3 to the world last weekend, Jeffrey. The world needs new grass. Huh? I don't know if it was it the referees. I mean, for those of you who think Holly won, which is many of you think it was the refs' fault? The judges? Interesting. A couple of things that happened this morning. Christian Watson got paid. The Packers wide receiver gets a contract extension for 4 years, $110.5 million, $31 million signing bonus. So, boy, is he that good? Four for 110?
My initial reaction is, what are you doing? And then you just look at the yearly value, and he's the 15th highest paid receiver for NFL, which, okay, but I'm worried about that injury history.
Yes. Also this morning, that fan who ran onto the court to take the selfie with Victor Wembanyama yesterday, lifetime ban from all NBA arenas. Right. Cool. Did he get a selfie, though? I mean, it looked like Wemby kind of stopped and smiled for him. There was a second individual who will also receive a lifetime ban for his role in the incident, according to the Wemby kind of, I guess, looked confused. He smiled in the direction of the phone. I mean, didn't it look like he smiled for the selfie? The guy probably got his shot. And if he wouldn't, like, was it Reggie Miller? Who was on the broadcast last night?
Tim Legler and Richard Jefferson.
It was Richard Jefferson who said he ain't here for basketball. That's right. That dude was there for a selfie. Right? He got what he was there for. Like, don't you expect to see that selfie posted everywhere today? You got it.
I haven't seen it yet.
No, I haven't either. I wonder how long he was held in custody. Wemby said, I didn't know how to act. It really surprised me almost as much at the time. A bat crossed when a bat crossed the court. I'm like, what? Bat crossed the court at some point? Cool. So I guess security apprehended the guy, and I don't know what they did. I don't know if he got arrested or what. I mean, like I said, in New York, man, they'd beat the crap out of that guy. San Antonio, they just kind of walked him. So Mike Breen's like, and then some guy a fan has run onto the court. What? I had to rewind it. Like, what are we doing? Yeah. All right, what else you want to know as you go through your day? Hockey tonight. I get hockey tonight. Vegas Golden Knights looking to go 2-up. Carolina wins tonight, don't they?
Bounce back.
All right. I think so too. And the Duke-Michigan game, they're going to play basketball in the Florida Marlins baseball stadium. You down with this one?
Why can't we just play basketball in basketball
Look,
arenas,
man. Again.
Like, I understand it for the Final Four, and you're selling us that on the national championship and selling 80,000 tickets at ridiculous prices, and half the seats are awful in the building, but at least you can say you're there. A non-conference game, play it in a basketball arena.
Is this the Netflix game?
Amazon?
Or Amazon, whatever it is. I mean, look, Duke, Michigan is big. Last year they played up in D.C. in a basketball arena. Duke
what was it like? Because you went to the Final, and it was in Houston, right?
Yeah.
In a football stadium?
Yeah.
What was it like? Like, just...
Well, I mean, the atmosphere is great. Okay, so I watched the Saturday night games. I was fortunate enough to be in a suite. You're really far away. I probably watched a ton of it from the big screen, right? You're really far away. Now, look, for the final, I was in the third row. Like, I had great seats. That was amazing.
That's different.
Yeah, that was amazing.
The majority
but I'll tell you
of people
this.
are going to be...
No, and I'll tell you this. So for the second game on Saturday, I did come out of the suite and kind of sat up in the stand. It's a long way away. You feel disconnected, right? And as someone who sits in the pit and watches in that atmosphere, I don't think it's great. It's great because there's so many people, which makes for a lot of electricity. But as far as a viewing, like to watch basketball in a football arena, I'm not a fan of it. No, I mean, no. I went because my alma mater was playing, and it's the Final Four, and it's a big deal, and I'll go to a Final Four again. But yeah, if you're, it's not great, man. But you're there, and you paid, your $1,000. Go sit up in the loge level or whatever you did. Yeah. All right, The Herd with Colin Cowherd is next. The Jim Rome Show is after that. What day did we get day baseball today? Today?
No, they're not at home.
All right, so Kenny Thomas and Unfiltered comes in after that, and then we're back with Isotopes of Salt Lake, and then we're back with the award-winning radio tomorrow morning, 7 a.m. Adrian, great work on the TV side. He's JJ Buck. I am merely Jefferson Vietta. Big 3-day weekend for you?
Huge.
Enjoy it. Be good to each other, please. Be kind, loving, caring, and sharing. We will smell you tomorrow.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is Pro View. From pros to prep. All all your favorite talk shows. Find it on ProView Networks. Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, red and green chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier sweet rolls. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenprideabq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Marty Size in Albuquerque today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing. Our bodies need to settle into nothing from time to time. Into nothing at all. In a world obsessed with doing more, we invite you to undo.
ProView Networks would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Hans Whitler Automotive, German car maintenance and repair in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Call 505-294-7684 or visit HansWhitlerAuto.com.